welcome to the goats of Saltmarsh.
Nice. So dumb. I like it.
So, you all have to go easy on me, seeing as you're all, all past DMs or ex-DMs.
Actually, we are now.
We are all actually, yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, poor Matt. Poor Matt.
Let me get the rules book ready.
Just ready to smack him over the head with it, eh?
Don't worry,
You should know by heart. We don't have to look at the rule book.
Well, it's a hit him with
That's
it.
true.
fair enough. Don't worry, I wrote my own then, so.
Welcome
Nice.
to 6 of the
That is how DMing works. You write your own rules. So there is that.
Alright, so just to start off, I guess, I kind of debated about doing like a session 0, but also jumping right into it, but I figured, with all of you now being residents of Saltmarsh, where before the other characters weren't necessarily natives, and so in this case here, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to go over and just kind of show a little bit of Saltmarsh. You obviously, here, let me copy on.
Ooh.
The first map. Yeah.
So, Saltmarsh, and obviously you saw in the handout I sent you earlier, that Saltmarsh is a nondescript fishing village tucked away from the southern coast of the Kingdom of Kierland. For several generations, Kierland was a formidable military power. Its superior cavalry and bold knights pushed the kingdom's borders outward to the north, to the west, and to the east. Each successful campaign increased both the crown's wealth and power, and each one in turn drew the kingdom's attention even farther north. And the southern coastal regions of Kierland remained a backwater. The crown's benign neglect allowed piracy and banditry to flourish. Saltmarsh and similar towns kept to fishing, content to maintain a low profile and avoid governmental entanglements. Decades ago, the pirates who prowled the waters off Saltmarsh grew strong enough to create their own realm, a loose confederacy known as the Hold of Sea Princes. I see. Did you add yourself, Gus?
I did. Well, I saw Core on the map.
No,
I just put it
that's fine. I actually was just testing his inside poppers in there.
Oh,
But yeah, so that's all good.
Am I swimming?
I'll pop you guys. It's just there for now. Anyways. Alright, so with the rise of that nation of the Hold of Sea Princes, the pirates, came increased raids on Saltmarsh and its neighbors. The Sea Princes raiding ships pillaged the coasts for more slaves to support their growing realm, and Saltmarsh suffered heavily. The memories of those times loom heavily over the area, and the locals' hatred of the Sea Princes run deep. In time, Kierland's victories in the north gave way to a string of defeats in which its neighbors pushed the kingdom back to its original boundaries. With the world closing in, King Kimberto Scotti looked to the south and saw unchecked banditry and a rising pirate nation. The crown struck peace treaties with its former foes to the north, raised a navy, and dealt a sharp check to the ambitions of the Sea Princes, but the conflict is by no means over. King Scotti has decreed that the pirates must be put down, the sea lane secured, and trade cultivated. If Kierland cannot prosper as a military force, it must grow mightier as a center of trade. Saltmarsh, remote though it might be from the center of power in Kierland, many miles away, is entering a new phase of its life as it reacts to the king's plans. The crown's agents want to expand the village's port and make it a prime location for trade with the world beyond. In another recent development, a band of dwarves, bearing a decree from the king himself, have arrived and begun to excavate the hills and seaside cliffs near the town, looking for precious metals. If their work bears fruit, as expected, the mine stands to become a major factor in the village's and indeed the entire region's prosperity. Naturally, not all of Saltmarsh's residents feel the same way about the recent developments in and around their community, which is a key issue that affects many of their lives and livelihood. Although the recent changes stand to bring new prosperity to the area, many locals don't want to see their homes changed. Now, seeing as you both have, or not both, but all of you live here, I can go through here and just kind of, we can go through and I'll tell you what places exist. And also, you did see some locations in the handout, but there are by number here. Or is it numbered for you? No.
No.
Okay.
What's this one right here?
All right. Give me a second.
That looks like a nice house.
Give us a chance, precious.
I think that's where I was living.
All right. So that's if you'd like to know what that is, it's actually the fishmonger's plans. So, a large fish processing building in this area, reek of prosperity and fish. All are engaged in salting or brining the catch brought in by the fleet. Most of the time, these places are busy and the workers have little time for chatter. But yes, that is the fishmonger's place. You have... so, here is the main gate. Over here. Here is the barracks and jail. And then right here, so now there are...
Are you pinging him?
Yeah, there we
I'm
go.
not seeing
It's right
Are you
next to
not
us.
seeing it? Are you not seeing
It
it?
might not be on the
Oh,
right.
let me
I
go.
saw a ping when you said jail. That was
Oh,
right
there
next
it
to where
is,
we're
yeah.
standing. Is that right?
No, I see it.
That one there. Okay. Here, let me see if I can just... It would just be easier if I can just do that.
Aha.
That way you might not know offhand, but
True. That's a lot of places.
it is.
Oh, nice.
Up to 23.
There you
Are we gonna have to remember this?
go. No. Okay, perfect. So now, there are 3 taverns in Saltmarsh. Number 3 on the map is the Wickered Goat. This is the oldest tavern in town and owned by Linkus Currid, a retired officer of the Kiowish army. He caters mainly to dwarven miners and town guards. There are sleeping quarters for rent on the upper floor, usually enough to accommodate the slow stream of travelers making their way through Saltmarsh to somewhere more enjoyable. This is also the location of, well, I don't know, we'll get to that later. And then there's a couple places here which, like say for instance, number 5 on the map here is the mining company headquarters. Number 6 is the Kaladek Tower, a 3-story tower home to the town's resident sage and wizard, Kaladek the Unspoken.
Ooh.
There is number 7 is the faithful quartermasters of IUZ, Eos, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but minions of Eos. That's something altogether different. Number 8 is another tavern, the Empty Net. This one here is it's partially supported by stilts driven into the harbor waters. This rickety tavern is purportedly a haven for smugglers, mercenaries, assassins,
Yeah.
and even
I was
pirates.
gonna say I like the name of that place. I want to hang out there.
The owner, Kreb Schenker, takes coin from anyone and asks no questions.
Oh yeah.
Troublemakers are thrown out the door, over the railing, and into the reeking harbor.
Love it. That's my place.
And
Sometimes you
further on,
want to go.
number 9 here is the Green Market, a strip of open land that is the place for everyone that isn't fish, salt, or nautical wares. This market stretches among a dozen stalls down to the bridge. A few goats, eggs, cloth, marsh plants, and pots are available, as well as the occasional mule or ox for hauling carts. Number 10 is the Sharkfin Bridge, just a large bridge with a couple of houses and stores built on it. It actually predates the village and predates the village, so you can tell it's very old architecture that doesn't quite match the rest of the town.
Did you say shark fin?
Shark fin, that's correct. Number 11 on the map is Kester's Leather Goods. Kiorna Kester runs this tannery where she produces a smooth, colorful leather for every purpose and sells both the cured hides and items she fashions from it. She's interested in acquiring hides from exotic creatures to craft into expensive leathers. She pays quite well, and as you can also, of course, buy leather goods from her as well. Number 12 is just a watchtower. And now the third and final tavern is number 13. This is the Snapping Line. Now this popular inn and tavern is built from the planks and hulls of half a dozen decommissioned fishing ships. Its decor is predictably nautical in theme, and its sleeping rooms are plain but comfortable renditions of a ship's cabin. The smell of fish has never been scrubbed from its walls, and those who stay the night find their belongings steeped in the scent, which lasts for several days.
Nice.
Sailors and fishers gather here to trade stories and drink late into the evening. The Snapping Line is run by a young woman named Hannah Rist, who comes from a family of well-known lobster catchers. The Rist family also makes a spirit called clawline. It is, to put it mildly, an acquired taste. It's it's not a secret, but the main ingredients are lobster meat and potatoes. So
That's not bad. I don't know.
it's like Russians lived in Maine. But and next on, number 14, is the Council Hall. This large brick building contains the offices of the town council and chamber where they meet to discuss the town business. The hall is built from sturdy stone from the nearby cliffs and a variety of hardwood from the nearby marshes. A wooden sign depicting a net filled with fish hangs above the double doors leading into the hall. And a small tower rises from the building, housing a horn at the top, which is blown to announce the beginning of a council session or another significant event. The town has a sturdy but weather-beaten platform and gallows in front of the hall for use in the event of an execution. Such punishments do tend to be rare, but when they do occur, they draw a large crowd. Number 15 is the weekly market. Built around the first well dug for the fishers in the town's early days is a large market square where merchants of all descriptions gather on the first day of each week to sell their wares. Initially established to sell fish, the market has grown to include a wide variety of other goods. It has places where you can purchase most items, and as well as food and other random sundry. Number 17 is the Dwarven Anvil. Blacksmith's Forge has a single anvil with a clear sign of Dwarven origins, and a backlog of orders 10 miles long. They make hooks, nails, harpoons, knives, fishing weights, and much more. It is run by an elderly, dark-skinned woman named Mefera and her son Jasker. A small shrine to Moradin can be found under their eaves as well, though it is somewhat neglected.
Boy, if that's just not Dowman's place.
It's true. Although some of the dwarves associated with the new mining operation would like to know how a human came into ownership of such fine dwarven tools.
Ooh.
A few suspect treachery. Now, number 18, as you remember, is Core's home. The large fish processing buildings. Was. Oh, fair enough. You got kicked out. Now was the last time you were caught sleeping with the fishes. Now, a couple of these other ones here are houses that at this particular time don't really need to be, or they don't come up right now, so I'll just keep them off for now. Number 21 is their Mariners Guild Hall, providing a bunk and a meal for sailors passing through. And number 24, up here at the top, is the Crabber's Cove. Just east of the docks, built along the shores of a scheduled bay, are a handful of buildings known collectively as Crabber's Cove. The buildings are weathered and abandoned by the residents of Saltmarsh many years ago. Since then, thousands of crabs have taken up residence in the crumbling remains. Crabbers from Saltmarsh are cautious about the cove, as more than one overeager fisher has disappeared into the clacking darkness, never to be seen again. There is number 26, is the Temple of Crocan, which is the sea god. Number 27 is the Saltmarsh Cemetery, and number 28 is Winston's store. The owner of this establishment, a retired rogue, knows a great deal about the Gould Marshes. Winston spent years as an outlaw, lurking in the marshes before a raid on an army payroll caravan netted him enough to loot to open a business. Although the increased presence of law enforcement in Saltmarsh, what are you laughing about?
I made Marvin a token if he wants it.
Oh dear. Perfect.
I guess I could use it for this time.
Works for now.
But the increased presence of law enforcement in Saltmarsh has him on edge, and he is concerned that the involvement in this heist will emerge. And other than that, that is Saltmarsh, basically, in the locations that you know of.
Cool.
Now, I did take it upon myself to also secure locations for Shen to live at, and for Core and Gus Gus to stay at. So,
Okay.
So,
Jackie Shen.
Do it.
Jackie Chan.
Nice.
So, Saltmarsh is not a very big town. It's not.
There's-
not close to like a Waterdeep or something.
No, there are more houses kind of than what is reflected here.
Right.
Yeah, but there's about 3,000 people
Yeah.
that live here.
So it's more of a village than a city.
Yeah, very much so, more of a village. And right, as things have kind of been changing recently with more of the crowns kind of stepping in and sending the dwarves and the guards. One big thing is that there on the town council is Ida Olinda. She is the current senior member of the town council, and she is currently one of the owner of 3 large fishing boats. She is currently trying to expand Saltmarsh's fishing industry and is actually building new docks. And for the most part, she's a little bit not really all into all of what the kingdom is trying to do in
Yeah.
Saltmarsh. So
Cool.
it's something that you can probably sense. You probably haven't picked up on it a whole lot, but you can probably tell that there's tension between the locals and the newcomers, that are either from the crown. So that plays into it. It's probably not a huge deal, but one thing you do notice, Gus, is that with the crown's presence, your smuggling profession has struggled, with increased guards.
It's tough to make a silver.
Exactly. Things that you were able to do before, you were able to, sneak different places and have different seller buyers, isn't quite as easy to come by now. And so you actually are struggling a little bit to, make quite what you were before.
Sure.
But obviously for you, Shen, you are a fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it depends on, you can choose either or, but would you have your own boat that you go out fishing with, or would you be part of another shipping boat, or not shipping, fishing boat?
I would say I tend to run my own boat.
Small junk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Prefer
Yeah.
my privacy, but I like to, talk with the other fishers, and whatnot. But kind of do my thing.
Do we have a hook about how we've all met? or can we just make that up, kind of? Or
We're getting there.
cool.
Have we
So-
met yet? Is the other question.
I mean, you two, I'm not
We
sure
have.
about. Well,
Yeah.
you guys, it's like, Gus is like, what? Who is this guy?
He just follows me everywhere.
Uh,
He's like my big damn shadow.
Yep.
all right. And without further ado, we will start with the campaign. So, whoops. Let's see if I can get this figured out how to do this. Alright, well, let's do that. For now. That's, just because I need to drag it somewhere else. Okay. Here we go. One black and... Alright. Just out of curiosity, what can you...
It's all
black. Okay.
Probably once you drag our tokens.
Well, they are...
Yeah,
Right.
you have to give them vision
I have
first.
to give them vision.
Oh.
Do you know Howard? You want some help?
Well, let me see here. Do you right click on the gear, or do you right click on
Well,
the
first-
go to the gear, or
First, you need to change the settings in the map to make sure that you have dynamic lighting selected and you have fog of war turned off,
okay?
because that can mess you up.
So
That's what messed me up
Yeah.
a lot when I first.
Do I need to
started.
have? I just have dynamic lighting enabled. Do I have to have any enforced line of sight or any
That's
of
up
that
to
stuff?
you.
What do those mean?
One thing, enforced line of sight is, I think it means you can't move your token through a wall.
Oh, right, yeah.
There's also update on drop, which means I can't drag it around a corner and see, but not let it down.
Right.
It's ways to keep your players from cheating, basically.
Right.
I always turn them on and then never talk about it, so that no one just gets upset about it. But
Okay. Cool.
and then once that is set, then you go into each token
Okay.
and adjust the lighting in the advanced
The
options.
advance,
Yeah.
and then I say. Oh,
Well, Gus has dark vision, so it would be 120/60,
let me see here.
for example. I don't know. Are you a human?
I'm a human.
And you're a Goliath? I don't know.
Now, do
you
I have to-
wouldn't have dark vision, but I don't know if
I-
Goliaths do.
All I do is just do emits light. Do I have to click anything else? All players see light. Has
No.
sight? No.
Has sight, you want,
Click.
but all
Okay.
all players see light would be what you select if someone's carrying a torch or a
Gotcha.
lantern
Okay.
or something.
Cool.
Because then I can see the light coming off of his token too.
Okay. So let me hit save changes.
Yeah,
Can you
so
see?
now I can see.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, it really doesn't matter for right now. We can figure this out. Actually, well, you don't have any, or you won't have any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in that case,
The other thing, it's up to you. If it's daytime, a person can see for 500 yards or whatever.
Okay.
So
that's what I was kind of curious about, because I want to have it so that you can still see, but there's stuff that I want to just have hidden behind, or like behind something. So in that case, there I just need to make sure that that person just has sight for that time. That's really the only solution.
you mean the token that you want to hide behind a tree or whatever?
Or no, as far as like if I want to have like like lines to prevent you, like if I want to set up a border.
Oh
like,
yeah,
but
like right now I can see through this rock because there's nothing.
Right, but if
Blocking it.
I just wanted to have it blocked, I would have to have
The dynamic lighting, you
Right.
draw the line around it,
and
or
okay.
something that I do just because it's a lot easier is if I have a bunch of trees or rocks or whatever, I just put a big X across it so it blocks it out effectively.
If I do... Okay, what if I do this? Now you can see everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's something dark up here,
Up where?
up in the corner.
Which corner?
This one.
Top left?
Yeah.
I can see trees and there's a shadow, but
Okay.
that's probably
Okay.
just from the map.
Okay, cool. I was just checking. Let me just do this here.
Is the monster on the GM layer?
I mean, that's what I always do.
Well, I can see it.
I
It
think-
looks pretty terrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any kind of dark vision or anything, so if it's dark,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much blind.
And you need a torch.
Can you?
Yeah. Which it has torches, I guess. So I see someone or two other tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see this boy,
Yeah.
and I can see this.
Those are. Come on now. What is that? Okay, I click global illumination. Does that mean
No, let's just see everything.
okay, regardless of
It would let us ignore dynamic lighting.
or okay, gotcha. Okay,
I think that's how I always understood it.
that's what. Yeah.
I've never clicked it because I don't want to give everything away.
Right. Well, I wasn't. I was like hoping that it'd be a thing where it's like it allows you to see, but in any case, whatever. This is fine. So. You wake up with the taste of salt on your lips, the coolness of water running along your back. Your eyes are crusty and sandy, and damp hair wraps around your face. You open your eyes and you see 4 other people also lying on the beach.
I feel around for my great axe.
Have I lost my hat?
You can't find it.
No.
It's not there.
Is my hat gone?
Your hat's a little bit further over.
Is it during the night or
It's the morning.
morning?
You'd say it's probably just just a little bit after the sun rose.
Were we previously on a ship full of sorcerers?
You look around and you do see a broken keelboat or like rowboat that's been broken.
New
And-
relic.
And what did you say?
Oh, I'm just saying stuff.
You do notice though that your wrists are a little bit red.
Oh.
It looks like they were bound, and you can kind of see that there was some rope that kind of washed up on shore. It really is horrible rope. It looks like it was pretty bad to begin with, and then with whatever happened with the water, it loosened or it came off somehow. They weren't really that well tied. And you notice that there are 2 other people on the beach with you, or I should say, other than you here. The one here, this one here, he is still lying on the beach, and the one at the top here, he gets up off the sand, kind of looks around, kind of like feels, pats himself down, kind of brushes himself off, looks around, and oh no, what happened? Who are you people?
Do we know each other still? Like,
You know each other still,
Okay.
yeah.
but we don't know
Basically-
anybody else.
No, you don't know anyone else. From what you can kind of tell, you kind of remember the evening before, but up to a certain point.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to assume that, but
Right.
I'm guessing we don't really know how we
You
got
don't
here.
really know. You don't know how you got here. You don't know of anything that would have made. You can't remember anything that maybe for the last 12 to 16 hours, something like that. He introduces himself. I'm Lars and Order. I'm
Wait, who?
this guy up here.
His name is Lars.
Lars and Order.
Lars and Order.
Lars and
Oh.
Order. That's pretty stupid.
Dun, dun.
But anyway, I'm I work for Anders Solmar in Saltmarsh. I don't know what happened here. I just went out for a drink last night and I don't know what happened. Who are you?
Do I see weapons on him?
No, it doesn't really look like he has anything on him.
Is that-
He's-
oh,
He's dressed fairly nice. Not really anything like extreme noble, but he's dressed well. You'd kind of assume that he'd be a manservant of some
have I
sort.
heard of that place that he mentioned?
Andrew Somar, yes. The Somars are
It's one of the names.
Mhm.
yeah. It's one of the he's a town council member.
Mm.
So he would be like a local.
He would be a local. Yeah.
Is he the one that doesn't like the loyalists? He's
So-
a traditionalist.
He is actually kind of a neutral
Oh, okay.
party. So it's actually a good point. So you kind of do know, right? You do know someone. You do know of the council members, and Anders Stolmar. He is. He has both fishing ships, and he has trading vessels, and so.
Was he-
sometime- oh,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go
Was
ahead.
he the one that was building the new docks?
No, that was another
Okay.
was another person.
Yeah.
Ida.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say both of them are kind of in the fishing industry. Is this something that would you, Shen? Would you sell your fish to him, to Ida, or sell it to the market through the market directly? Would you have someone there that you would, or
I'd say I'm a pretty small time guy, so I don't know if I can sell directly to taverns. It's
Mhm.
probably
so you'd probably have you'd probably go through one of the larger contacts here, kind of that would.
if that's how I would have to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely would be more of a local person. So like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't. I don't know if there's a company that would sell it elsewhere, but I probably would
Yeah.
go through them then. Like
Yeah.
I would.
Actually, I would say for the most part here, you would probably sell it to someone that works for Anders. Obviously,
Yeah.
you hear the name, but to you there's no direct connection or anything like that. You just sell it to someone at the fishmonger's plant, and they take care of it. They pay you, and that's all that you really. That's as much as you see, behind that. So when he says that, you do all know who he works for, but not necessarily who he is specifically.
I say, new relic has cursed us good today. Hold there, Lars. What did you ask?
Who are you people?
I give him a fake name.
Dixie Normus?
Yeah. That's me, old Dixie. Yeah, I'm a little bit wary if he works for a counselor and I'm a criminal, or at least not. I wouldn't call myself a criminal, but commit various criminal acts.
Right. For the most part, Saltmarsh, the people that, local residents of Saltmarsh kind of look at smuggling as being a victimless crime. So locals that kind of, that know you, or see you doing something a little bit, shady, they kind of just turn a blind eye. They don't really care all that much. It's not affecting them. And sometimes they get a reap from it as well. So
Well, being careful all the same. Name's Dixie. Dixie Normus.
Dixie what?
Normus?
Oh, okay.
well, Mr. Normus, I must admit, I haven't heard of you before. Are you local? From the town of Saltmarsh, I mean?
I'm up a ways up the road.
Oh,
Wait, where are we right
From sea.
now?
I haven't a darndest clue.
Well, I'm a fisher. I normally go along these beaches, and I don't recognize this place.
War record. Take a
Maybe if I walk around a bit, I might be able to get my bearings.
Is that now your character name?
No,
Okay.
it's just what I'm telling this guy it is.
take a Marvin. Make a perception check once. Actually, do a survival check. Sorry.
Good, I have a.
Dixie.
I think I got a little something in survival here. Oh yeah,
Family
proficiency in fact. Let's see what we got. 11.
11. So,
Alright, this sand gets in your eyes. It's hard to get out.
well, better than smoke. But you look around, and you kind of recognize these boulders. You kind of think you've seen them before. You definitely know that you're on the coast close to Saltmarsh, but not like super close. You kind of assume by the way that the sun is, you can tell that Saltmarsh is.
Myself?
It is. Give me a second here. The way they do their maps in here is kind of confusing, but it's to the west is where Saltmarsh is. So
down this path.
down that path, yeah. You kind of you think about it a little bit, and you can kind of tell. You're pretty sure that this is to the east of Saltmarsh along the coast, but you're not really sure how far away it is or what the distance is.
Like, I think I've been here before. I think we might be east of Saltmarsh.
Oh.
One more question.
Has this happened to you before then? Or?
Would we have
Only when I drink a little bit too much.
in Saltmarsh, or would
I
we?
don't really feel like I have a hangover.
The last thing we remember, were we at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he mentioned
What am I doing with you anyways?
when he
You're not doing anything to me right now.
so
You
What?
you know this place? You've been here before?
Go easy on my
I don't
friend.
think so.
I
He's
said,
Cora is good at lots of things.
you're kind of a big fella, aren't you?
he is you are rather
Yep.
large. You one thing you noticed is that Lars kind of takes an interest to you, Gus.
Yep.
He just
I don't much care for that.
he hasn't seen someone that small before.
Got my hat down a little low.
It's kind of like, he's seen dwarves, but he's kind of interested in halflings. It kind of seems like he doesn't quite get out that much.
Yeah.
But he did mention that the last place that he remembered, or the last place that he mentioned that he was just went out for a drink that night before, and you kind of think back a little bit, and you remember that you probably did the same thing. You probably went out for a drink before this happened here.
I might have been fibbing earlier. I might have been drinking myself.
I wonder if I got into a good brawl first.
I've
Or
known
if I
to,
drank too much too
I know
fast.
I've been known to have a drink or two.
Do I have any
so-
bruises on me other than the
Actually, no, you don't. But one thing is that you all are just a little bit groggy. Like
Is it like a hungover groggy, or is it different?
it's not like a drunken groggy, but
Okay.
it's kind of just like maybe kind of like when you took some Z-Quil, and then you like get woken up around the middle of it or something like that. Like
I'm gonna
everything's just a little bit like.
I'm gonna go like sit down in the sand and kind of just like start meditating.
So
you know?
Cora probably feels just normal then.
Probably.
How this other dude that hasn't talked
Yeah.
yet? He's not up like us,
No.
right? Is he
No, he's
moving?
he's not moving.
Can I go check on him? Can I do a medicine check
Yeah.
on him?
Mhm.
That's an 8 plus 2. That's a 10.
Sorry, I'm just grinning because it's kind of fun to be in this position. Like,
To know
why don't you-
everything.
Yeah, why don't you
Yep.
do an acrobatics check once, just to see.
Yeah, even though it'll mean absolutely nothing and not make a difference at all, but
Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead and roll.
Make a Constitution save.
It's like,
Yes,
yeah,
that
he
is-
spews acid at you. No. Whoops. What did you say?
I got a total 10.
10. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell, but you feel his pulse and you don't feel anything.
I don't feel any pulse.
You don't feel any pulse. You do notice though that his he has like a green shirt on, and you notice that there's like a spot kind of on his chest that's like kind of dark. And you take a look, and it looks like there's actually surprisingly enough that there's like a dagger stuck into it.
Yikes.
So
Can I make a perception check from where I'm sitting at?
yeah, for him,
For me, just to see like how much I notice. So
yeah.
I'm like just sitting there in the sand, like I think he's dead.
Yeah. I would say you could definitely tell that he looks like he is a smuggler.
No.
Not like a really not like obviously he doesn't. He's probably a smuggler that kind of more or less stays with other smuggling parties and kind of like, so he doesn't go into towns quite as much. More one that kind of stays more secretive.
Can I mean, I think he's dead, so I'm not
Yeah.
worried about him.
Yeah.
Can I pull out the dagger and inspect it?
Yeah. It's.
Or do you want me to roll
No,
for
no,
something?
go ahead. Yeah, you pull out. I mean, it's just a basic dagger. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing really. Anything special.
Doesn't have like a pirate's crest on it or anything.
No, it's just a kind of a generic, dagger. Nothing special. You can kind of tell it looks like it's his own dagger. So
So valuable.
valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, as valuable.
Does it have
as
a
that
fine
word-
hilt?
It's dime a dozen for something like this.
Do you know that man?
He looks like a smuggler. If Lord Solmar finds out about this,
Is your lord not too keen on smugglers?
oh no, he's against smugglers and pirates. No, he's
Well, so am I. Dixie Enormous. Also not a fan.
glad to find someone of a similar understanding. Well, you see, my master, the pirates, they killed his parents when he was young. He's not keen on them. He's much for getting rid of them at all costs.
Like all of them, or just the really bad ones?
Only good smuggler's a dead one. Or good pirate's a dead one. I should clarify. Good pirate's a dead one.
So he doesn't have a problem with smugglers.
Smugglers, it kind of seemed like maybe smugglers can sometimes get blurred in with piracy. Like,
Okay. That's fair.
it's kind of like that thing where, like, sometimes just because something sounds similar to something else, someone has such a strong viewpoint on that, they kind of, because it seems similar, they're kind of almost kind of grouping it together. But if maybe they had some education or actually thought about it,
It makes sense too. Like,
Um,
not all smugglers are pirates, but all pirates are smugglers, probably.
Yeah, like.
So wait, he's a local, but he's not necessarily with the. From what I'm gathering, he's not necessarily likes the locals. I mean, like, as in he would side with.
So he
the
sides.
kingdom.
He sides with his master, Andrew Solmar, and Andrew Solmar. That's what he was describing, is that he's kind of a the neutral party, and so he's for the town of Saltmarsh and for the kingdom improving it.
He's Varus.
But is he?
Right, exactly, yeah. So,
He's a merman.
Check him for. Can I roll a perception check to check him for a tail?
fair enough.
6 plus -1.
Okay. So
5.
So he notices you walking over and like crouching down and looking at his back, and he's like, can I help you, friend? Kind of glances around nervously.
I thought you'd some. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. He brushes off the sand from his backside. Nasty business.
Huh? What?
He'll.
Okay.
I must return to Lord Solmar. Please, I'd be most gracious if you would come back with me and help me explain this to him. I'm sure that he would be most gracious to hear from you and your experience.
Explain what? I don't know what happened.
Can you remember what happened the night before?
So do we see a ship wrecked or no?
No, it's just a
You
boat.
said there was a rowboat.
Yeah, there's a little rowboat was just kind of bashed up.
I'll go over and kind of take a look at it.
Yeah.
that was a good idea.
Yeah. So you go over to it, and it actually looks like there's fire damage to it. Like it looks like it's kind of charred in some areas.
You said I don't have my great axe anymore?
No, you do not.
Is there a decent sized plank?
Yeah, Yeah.
on the boat?
They're
I
one of
pick up one of those.
I was gonna say one of the orders.
Carry
You
it.
find one of the
Is this
orders.
like a 10-foot long boat, or like
A
a
what?
10-foot long boat, or like a 30-footer?
Yeah, we're talking
no,
about
it's
like a
just like a
16-foot moon cruiser? Or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's basically just kind of like, like one of those little Lego boats. They would have like those little ones. I mean, it's just like
It's kind of like a lifeboat or something, or like
kind
a.
of. Yeah, it's just a little wooden boat that has.
Is this something like a smuggler would use?
Yeah. It's one of those ships where it's one of those little boats that you would use to row from land to the ship when it's out at
Okay.
sea, and
That'd be
vice
like-
versa.
Looks like we found the smuggler's boat.
It's pretty, like, totally trashed, or is there
Um,
anything in it?
There's not really anything in it. You can kind of tell. It looks like they're
Any blood on the ship?
not that you can tell. I mean, it's probably been washed away if there would have been. There is indication that there maybe, could have been some rope or something. There is kind of some rope, kind of mingled in through some of the boards, or and whether or not it looks like the same rope that you guys were probably tied up with, but whether or not it's the same, it's kind of hard to tell exactly, how it got to be like that. It could have washed in with it.
I'm gonna go. Kind of. Do you think it's noticeable that I can see that other people have like rope burns on their wrists?
Yeah, I would say, well, I guess it depends on if their sleeves go to cover it or not.
Okay.
If anyone's sleeves are a little shorter.
I have no shirt on, so.
That's what I was going to say. Cor does not
Yeah,
wear
well,
shirts.
I noticed that he has. Did he
Beefy
have,
boy.
did he have gauntlets though?
Technically no.
Okay. I'm just
I'd say it looks like someone took us on a bit of a ride last night. We might have a common enemy.
Well, let's go kill
common
him.
enemy.
Or no, sorry. Beat him up. If he does it again, then we kill him.
He
Attaboy, Cor.
Lars does kind of notice,
Attaboy.
though, Shen, that you are a fisher. What's your name? I'm Lars.
I'm Shen.
Shen? I noticed that you're a fisher. Do you work for my master Saltmarsh?
I have no master. I might sell fish, to him from time to time.
I see. Well, I would be most insistent on you accompanying me back to my master's house. He no doubt would be most willing to meet you all and to help. I'm sure that he can help us piece together last evening.
Hear that, Cor? He insists.
Well, tell me, what do you remember? So, basically, for Gus and Cord, you kind of just remember that day actually was kind of not the best day. You heard that one of the ships that you were going to get your goods smuggled on, getting back, was actually raided, and so it comes back to the harbor empty. And so basically that was a day there where you just, feeling pretty bad about that, and you decided to go out. Probably you would go to the empty net, and that's kind of all that you can remember is, probably walking to it.
So we were hanging out in Saltmarsh yesterday.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep. You were in Saltmarsh, and for you too, Shen, you were out fishing that day, and you came back, and you sold your fish, and then you thought you would get probably a bite to eat at the snapping line. So.
Okay. So yeah, I was out fishing yesterday. Terrible day though, really. I remember not catching much fish at all.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh yeah. And thought about going over to Mabe's place, but decided to go to the inn instead and get something to eat.
Tell me, what inn? The Wicker Goat?
What inn was it? What inn was it last night?
So, the empty net is mainly like the smugglers.
Yeah.
So that's where you
So that would have been
Gus and Core. So you would have gone to the snapping line.
the snapping line.
Yeah.
Snapping line. Fishers like to hang out there.
Oh.
I'm a fisher.
Interesting. Well, that's interesting. So I was at one and you were at the other. You, Mr. Norvis.
Dix.
Dix. Yes,
Please call me
quite.
Dix.
Were you at an inn last night? Or tavern?
Might have been. Having a little hard time remembering. It's pretty fuzzy.
It was the empty net, I think.
You know what? I think you're right. Probably was.
He kind of like the empty net. He kind of like thinks, but then he kind of remembers what you said before, and he was like, "Oh, yes, no doubt to keep a check on the riffraff in the town." Yes.
Well, I don't much know. We're not from this town.
Oh,
of course.
Oh, really? Oh,
We were on
Of
our
course.
way in, had a pretty tough day on the road too, and just wanted to drown some sorrows.
quite understandable. Just as a word to the wise, I would best stay away from that establishment. If you did check in already, I would highly recommend looking at either the wicker goat or perhaps even the snapping line isn't too bad now. Then if
You may be
don't
right.
get seasick easily.
You may be right. We planned on going to the empty net last night, and here we are.
Quite. Although that's interesting. It would seem that one of us is at least from one of the three taverns.
So you guys are foreigners, huh?
No, I mean we're from what's the country called? The
Kierland.
yeah,
No.
we're
there-
Keelish.
there
We're
is-
not Saltmarshers.
No, we're not Saltlandians. No, we're Saltmarshlands.
There is. Let me just double check.
No, we're in the hospitality business. My folks running in about a day's ride from here. May have heard of it. It's called the Magnificent Pistachio.
Oh.
You know, I think I have remembered that. Don't often go too far from Saltmarsh.
He thinks for a little bit, or Lars. He's like, "Oh, are there other halflings there?"
Yeah.
Most intriguing. You say a day's journey?
You've seen one of us before, have you?
Yes, of course. I mean nothing but just
Nothing but halflings.
nothing by it.
Ah.
That's okay, please.
I can tell you're real cool about this.
Please, though, I beg of you, come back with me to my master's house.
Does he have chicken? Hungry.
Well, yes. I'm sure he does.
We
I'm
don't,
sure that
we
he'll
don't
be-
have any of our stuff.
I'm
so-
sure he'll provide a fabulous feast for you all.
Do he doesn't have his
I dig around.
That's but-
I dig around quite a bit.
Yeah,
at the
I-
same
Do
stuff.
any of us have any of our stuff?
You don't have any.
Yeah, so
Well, what's the point?
hopefully it's at the inn. So I guess we're going to the Saltmarsh too.
Do you have any weapons?
We may as well.
You just have your fist.
He is a weapon.
I mean,
I'm gonna-
I would have a. I would probably have a. I would have a weapon. I'm trying to think. Basically, it was just like a club or like a stick.
Gotcha.
Like
I'm
a
not
staff?
sure. Yeah, like a
Uh,
quarter
staff?
staff maybe.
Like
yeah.
a monk unarmed. Perfect. Yeah, no, just like
I'm gonna take this
Like a walk.
dagger
Yeah.
yeah.
that I've got here. If I don't have anything else on me.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I'm probably not much of a fighter, so probably. I mean, like I am, but yet I don't think like
I could see you having probably have had like some sort of staff or a walking
Yeah.
stick or something. You know, I think that kind of fits in with being a monk or
Yeah.
kind of being of like and keeping to yourself. I'm sure you probably have something to keep watch your back. You know.
Yeah.
speak quietly and carry a big stick. So, you know what I'm saying, Dixie Enormous? All right. So,
That's what my
Yeah.
grandma always used to say.
Wait, what?
She used to say, Dixie Enormous, always talk quietly and have a big old fuck off stick.
But your grandmother is quite wise.
Yeah, she was quite a woman.
I see.
Do you think that it would? Should I hold the dagger? Because like I feel like you unarmed and me with a dagger is better than you with a dagger and me
he picked
unarmed.
up a.
Oh yeah, he got a
picked
big
up-
stick.
He picked up an oar.
Yeah, an oar. Okay,
So,
cool. Then I'm gonna hold on.
you do see that
Totally
there,
kind of pride.
there is another oar
This little poker.
Oh,
there.
there's an oar.
There are 2 oars. So if that's something that you, it does look like that one there did get a little bit charred on the flat end of it, or sorry,
Yes,
not the
I-
flat end, but like the
I see
handle.
them kind of picking up the daggers and the pieces of stick or the wood. I'm like, well, guess we are a little ways out of town, and on account of being turned around a bit and maybe having enemies around, I might pick up this oar.
It's a big plank, not a stick.
He is rather insistent upon you going back with him, at least to his house, or at least asking you that you escort him back.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming.
All right. So, in that
Keep
case,
your pants on.
in that case, there then, you return to, or you travel. It's give me just 1 second here.
Hope this doesn't take too long. I really ought to be out in the lake fishing, or I guess it's not a lake. Is it a lake?
Oh no, it's the sea. It's the
Sea.
ocean. Yeah, the ocean.
Really ought to get out in the sea. Fishing is always better in the morning.
Oh, truly, I hear the same thing from Master Saltmarsh.
You're
Yeah, when the sun is out and shining, nothing better.
So, it's you actually you're not altogether that far away, but just kind of the way that the bay was, that kind of that little beach there, it was a little bit hidden, kind of curved maybe. So it's something that you probably wouldn't have recognized from seeing it from the inside, as you probably were more likely to see it from the exterior. But you walk down the road, down the kind of the main road there, and it walks into town. It's a little more than about 3 miles away. So it on foot, I'd say that's probably I'm not sure how far would you say that would probably be on foot if you were
How long is it?
about 3 miles.
I mean,
a couple
it takes about 20 minutes to walk a mile.
So I'd say
I mean,
If-
it depends on how fast you walk,
Yeah.
obviously, but like.
I would say
so-
it probably took you about an hour. Probably because Gus here probably isn't.
I take about 1 step for every 3 of his, probably.
And probably just as slowly, but yeah. So in that case, there then you.
How tall is Cor?
7'8".
How about Shen?
Just under 6 feet.
Okay. So I'm about hip high to Shen. A little shorter than that on Cor.
Yeah. So you return to Saltmarsh. Nothing really seems. You probably have some. Talk a little bit more on the way, and probably have to come up. With a few more to deter Lars from finding out anything you don't want him to know. And
Yeah, can I actually?
go ahead.
Can I roll an insight on them to
Yeah.
see if I keep that up or if I come to trust him a little bit more? That's a natural 20,
Nice.
so
Yeah.
24 total.
You're saying to see as whether or not you can trust
Yeah,
him.
if I just trust, if he seems a little suspicious, I'm thrown off by his interest in halflings.
Yeah. He seems really sincere. He kind of talks about how that he has worked for Anders for almost for the majority of his life, and he's he really looks up to Anders, and he talks very highly of him. He's very sincere. Nothing that he says is not something he believes, or like he kind of wears his I don't want to say not his heart, not as in like he basically whatever he says he means it. He doesn't say anything like outrightly.
He's pretty upfront with his intentions.
Basically, you kind of tend to think that he just for some reason just kind of thinks halflings are cool and just like just kind of has a weird interest in them, like I think you kind of discern that he hasn't really like only saw like one halfling before.
Okay.
And he just
kind of rare.
not exceedingly. He just doesn't get out much.
Got it.
And from what you can kind of tell, when he does go out, he just goes to the to the wicker goat, and that's a little bit yes, and so he sees the dwarves, and so he's kind of used to seeing dwarves, but I don't know, something about a halfling is just a little person that's fully grown.
Yeah.
It's just kind of intriguing for him.
Much smaller than a dwarf.
Exactly right, and so like just the fact that you're a proportioned person that's smaller than a dwarf, where a dwarf is kind of all stocky. He's just,
sure.
But yeah, so then anyways, you make it back to town, and you walk past. You walk into town there, and you walk here. So this number 20 on the map is the estate of Anders Saltmarsh. And so for right now, I do have a map for it, but it's nothing that I should say we have to worry about right now. So I'll just
I smack him.
Lars.
Yeah, so let's get that map on here and have the.
There's a fight that just broke out.
I need a tactical view.
Turns out he just never mentioned he was a level 20 wizard. No. Anyways. Alright, so you return to the place. He goes up to the front door, and he opens it up, and he goes inside, and an elderly man walks forward. Lars, what on earth is going on here? Where have you been? Oh, my apologies, sir. And you don't really quite exactly hear everything that was said. He kind of like goes over. He's the elderly man has graying hair. He's kind of dressed in a nice suit. There's a little bit of talking there. None of you have really ever probably seen Anders. You actually kind of think that that's him there. But it actually turns out that is just the butler, and he discusses it, and the butler turns to you and he says, "Gentlemen, tells me that young Andor has told me the adventure tells me a tale of last evening."
Wait, does he remember what happened?
No, just more or less. He just no. He's merely mentioned your amnesia.
Well, Lars was pretty insistent on us coming back with him.
Quite.
Amnesia.
But it is not for me to say, or to judge,
What's amnesia?
or to discipline in this matter. If you would please wait here, I will.
Discipline. Maybe I ought to leave.
You wanna go bring the chicken?
Please, sir. Chicken?
He told me you have chicken. I'm hungry.
Quite. Yes. Well, I will. If you please wait here, I will alert Master Saltmarsh to your.
Please tell him to speed it up. I have a nasty hangover and I
Kind of.
need to go relax.
He can kind of smell you and. Quite. He leaves, and Lars is also gone at this point in time. He kind of made the mention that he was going to go to tell Anders, and also probably change. Anyways, you wait around a little bit. It's a pretty nice place. one thing that you notice for sure when you're coming in to it, it is okay. So it is a rather large building. It's probably one of the largest in town, but more or less just because of the way it's kind of like a complex. It's right now it's kind of what you can kind of tell. It's like a big square building with like a courtyard in the middle of it.
Yeah, I can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
So
We're in the courtyard, or where were we?
no, you're in the front.
In the foyer.
In the foyer, exactly. You are waiting there.
So say, you guys kind of run together here? I mean,
Yeah.
looks like he might take some orders from you.
Now the square's gone. Name's Gus Gus.
Okay.
I am of the tall fellows that run the Magnificent Pistachio.
I see.
This is my friend Core.
So,
He's the brains of the operation.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Maybe the brawn.
That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's really funny.
We don't get that many jokes around here, you know. I mean, we're pretty serious, but so what brings you to Saltmarsh?
We really were drowning our sorrows. We also cast an empty net ourselves last night, so we ended up at the empty net, just kind of drinking our blues away.
I was trying to figure out how to go kill those pirates. I
Yes,
forget if I came up with a plan or
our
not.
bad news may have been pirate adjacent.
Pirates, yes. They have been increasing quite rapidly around these parts.
Saltmarsh used to be a nice quiet town until all these foreigners came.
It's gonna be one of those games.
At this point in time here, nice. Forgive me. No, at this point in time here, though, a young man with a slight man with sharp features and a toothy smile, but not toothy in the fact that it's, missing teeth, as in it's a nice, full, warm, but cute smile. Let's say that.
You guys a cute smile?
Acute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike you, obtuse. But but yes, he he has become, he has dark hair, and he dresses not extremely elegantly, or as in he is wearing simple clothing, but elegant and well made. Gentlemen, Lars had just told me about your unfortunate incident this morning. Tell me, I do believe Lars, but I find this one a bit hard to swallow. Is it true what he says?
I don't know. What did he say?
I love letting Core talk.
Yes, well, he said that he woke up on a strange beach with you this morning, and another gentleman who is no longer with us, that has passed. He says that he can't remember the previous evening, and that you as well
No.
are of a similar nature.
Did he mention the dress?
No, he did not.
Yeah, your boy was wearing a dress.
There's like, actually, now that you mention it, no.
Weird.
No, that is
Oh no, it's coming
that is odd. He did leave that part out, but
I don't remember
he thinks forbidden that. Well, in any case, he mentions that there might have been possibly smugglers or slavers involved.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I didn't see anything about slavers.
Interesting. Is it true that though that you were bound?
Someone had us. Something was fishy, and I know about fish.
Yes.
He kind of Austin kind of realizes that he's a little close to you and kind of takes a step back. Yes, truly fishy. Well, gentlemen, I must be honest with you. I've had a sneaking suspicion of that this might be the work of smugglers, and I'd be most gracious if you would perhaps indulge me on a little, shall we say, it's a quick thesaurus now, on a little quest for me. I've had a suspicion that there have been slavers working out of the old haunted mansion up by the old alchemist's house to the east of here.
I can't do Death House at level 1 again. I can't.
We did all right.
I won't make it.
He from what I hear from Lars, where he woke up was actually rather close by, and it is true. When he mentions the haunted mansion, you do think and you do know where he's referring to. Actually, the beach. Now that you think about it, the beach that you woke up on was about a little less than about a mile away from where that house stands.
Okay.
It's something that you've heard stories of, kind of, different people at the empty net. There's this old sea dog that always would tell stories about it to try to scare the others. Some of the younger smugglers and people that came in there, and so you do kind of know a little bit about it, but you never really paid too much interest in it. And then for you, Shen, when you go out fishing, you see it. It's right at the edge of this large cliff, and yeah, it's kind of a dilapidated old house. But he goes further in saying, I think that there's a strange business going on there, and I have a suspicion that whatever happened to you last night, the answers might be there. I'd be willing to pay handsomely for any information that you find. I know that the town council and I have discussed this, and we'd be most interested in any information you can find. And if there are possibly smugglers, I would appreciate either looks rather grim. Perhaps you taking care of them.
You had me at pays handsomely.
Yeah, I have to take a full day of fishing.
Oh well, that should be fine. Say, he looks at you a little bit more and he thinks about it. To whom do you sell your fish? Do you sell your catch?
I think you told me, right?
Yeah, you can just.
I forget who it is.
If you want, you can make up a name.
Okay. Like the person. Okay, well, then I'll say I sell it to Mabe.
Oh, Mabe. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Mabe. Oh, yes, wonderful gal. Yes, oh, excellent. Well, I do see that we do have someone in common then. Excellent.
They're playing the Mennonite game.
Yeah. Who are your parents? Mr. Normus, who are your parents?
Yeah, Gina Normus, and I'm Dick's Jr.
Of course. No, but then he's he kind of looks. He notices Core with the oar.
I rolled a 16.
Or with the oar.
I rolled a 16 perception check. Do I smell chicken?
You do, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Then I'll be patient for a little bit.
He notices your oar. Tell me, friends, though, is that your weapon, or do you have a strange?
My other one was lost and
Nope,
there.
nope, that's an oar.
That's
An oar.
I see.
Yeah, it was the only clue we had of our shipwreck,
Oh.
so we brought it back to investigate.
Oh. I see. Of course. Interesting.
Does he want us to go like right away? You know, or like?
He would be kind of interested in you. You know, he would like it. You know, like now that this has kind of come to light, something he's kind of always had suspicions, and now that something like this has happened, he is, excited to hear, to find out something more.
Can we maybe have? Can you just tell us if we stopped at the empty net and our stuff wasn't there?
We'll get to that. If that's okay.
Because if it's not, then the battle axe is a way to get Core to go.
Yeah. He kind of notices. Well, I'm sure you do have weapons, though.
We own weapons.
Oh, excellent. I would. Otherwise, I would be more than willing to.
We don't own any weapons.
To provide either if I'd be more than willing to provide something here. I have I could provide
Wait, did he just offer to give us weapons?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take them.
Well, I must admit I have nothing extremely expendable. He gives you, but he. Is it something that you'd be willing, or I can give them to you now, or perhaps if you, or if you have your own, I wouldn't want to try to.
I don't have my great axe.
Yeah, I know.
Can
Well,
you take us to your weapons and show me what you have?
well, he was asking us. He says he doesn't have that much,
Um,
so maybe we can go check and see if our gear is at the hotel, the inn, the tavern, wherever. And if
yes,
it's not, we can come
yes,
back.
If for some reason it was lost during the night, please,
It was
Oh.
lost during the night. I lost it. I don't have it.
Oh, all right then. Well, nonetheless, I did hear Lara said the big fellow wanted some chicken.
Mm-hmm.
We have I have our chef Ingrid preparing a lovely Cornish hen as we speak.
No,
Please.
I want chicken.
Oh, it is chicken, my friend.
Okay.
It's a chicken.
Okay. He
You'll like it.
at this point in time, Lars comes back and he's dressed differently and he looks like he changed and stuff like that. Lars will show you to the dining room.
Damn, he doesn't even get the day off.
And so Lars shows you to the dining room, and there is each one of you have a small Cornish hen, and actually for at this point in time when Core walks in. Ingrid is there and she sees Core and she comes over and gives him a second Cornish hen, as the Cornish hens are a little petite.
I like her.
He gets a tattoo of a
Oh,
heart
my.
on his arm that says Ingrid.
Yes. Nothing really too much more happens here. Lars says, "Excuse me, but I must get back to my duties. Please let me know if anything else happens and what you discover. I'd be most curious to find out."
Ooh, I like that. Man eats a lot. I look over at Cord.
No, I'm Core.
Yeah, you are.
That's right, buddy. You're doing great.
Why does he keep calling me?
Humans.
Anyways, at this point in time, you were told that once you finished that you were allowed to see yourselves out.
Yeah.
And
To go try to find our weapons or what?
yeah, and whatever else you wanted to do in the town, you know.
So is he offering us weapons or not really?
Kind of a thing where, so you did see on the way out that there are. Give me a second here. There is. I was gonna say there's a rapier. A what did you say that you had, Core?
Great axe.
Great axe. Okay, I was gonna say there is a hand axe, and there is kind of a wooden club type of thing. There, it looks like he kind of picked one out for each of you. They're nothing special. They're just kind of just generic weapons.
I mean, I'll take the rapier in case our stuff isn't at the inn.
Yeah.
I'll take a hand axe.
Is he expecting us just to go from here then, or?
Oh, we can stop in at the inn.
Yeah.
Let's just check and see if our stuff is there.
Mm-hmm.
Are we, am I don't know if you guys wear it, but am I wearing armor? Like my armor?
Oh, got you. As in, you did have armor on,
Well,
or
I don't know. I probably wasn't wearing it. Well, yeah, I probably was. It's just leather armor.
it's just leather armor. I would assume then, yeah, you're wearing it. And the rest of you guys don't have armor.
I don't have
so
armor.
yeah, no. I mean, you just have leather armor on. You
Yeah.
still have it on.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm still missing my bow and stuff. If it's at the inn, I'm gonna grab it. My burglar's pack might be handy if I need to pick a lock or something.
I guess the question that I should ask here before we get just to clarify, is this something? Do you guys carry? Would you guys have carried your weapons with you too, or like would you have kept them on your person?
It's a tough town, right?
I mean, the area that you would have been in probably, is probably a little bit more.
I probably would have had my rapier and my daggers.
Okay. And
Yeah.
would you have?
I
had your-
sleep with my great axe
Fair
on
enough.
my back.
Yeah. You bathe with it.
Its name is Farah.
When you do bathe. Yeah. So in that case, then. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So I guess what would you like to do now?
Well, do you mind if we stop at the inn, or did you have to stop at home? Maybe we can meet at the gate.
I'd probably just pick. What did you say? Did you say he had something for me?
Just like a wooden staff.
Yeah, that works fine for me.
Okay.
I'd be like, I don't want to spend all day running around town. I'd say get this thing over with.
Yeah, I want to grab my lockpick though. I feel like that might be useful.
And
We won't be more than a minute or two though. So if we can just say we go
Yeah.
to the inn and grab it, then
to clarify here, you and Court do have a lodging. You have your own house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not at the inn.
Oh, we live here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, don't you? Or no?
Well, I kind of assumed I lived at the inn with my parents
Gotcha.
still.
Okay.
But maybe if we have business here, maybe we keep an apartment or something.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, there you are welcome to go back. You can go and
Oh, you know what? I have a feature called Down Low. That yeah, we'll probably stand at the safe house.
yeah. So yeah, in this case here then so I guess
That's kind of dumb though. I have the same feature.
We're the same background.
Yeah, because we're both smugglers.
Well,
Well,
there's other stuff that we both get.
yeah. In this case here then, where do you want to go first?
Well, if I can grab my stuff at the safe house, that's it. So let's go to the mansion. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you get everything. You don't find your great axe.
So you probably took it with you to the tavern last night, and we got
I
shanghaied.
Yeah. And obviously you wouldn't find your rapier because you would have taken it with you
Yeah.
as well.
And my daggers.
Yeah.
But I have the rapier and the dagger that I've picked up.
That you picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously for you, Shen, I guess in this case here, you guys could split up if you wanted to,
For what?
or because if you wanted to go back to his place at all.
I guess I could go back to my place, pick
Yeah.
up some of my stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
Maybe we just say
Yeah.
we meet at the gate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I should clarify the haunted
Probably
mansion
shouldn't take people to the safe house.
is up
It's a secret.
is up top here. So you can probably, if you want to, you guys can probably just like meet
Meet outside.
like at the somewhere here, kind of in the square area like that.
Where is it now? On the top of the map? Like
yeah,
up here with
it's up.
26, 25?
Yep,
something
it's up past there. So
Okay.
yeah, anyways, you guys just meet at a central location, and
Yeah,
you were off.
we'll meet you on the road out of town. And then we go.
So at this point in time, so you woke up probably around 8 o'clock, and then with walking back, you probably got back, to the house around maybe 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, probably with everything that's happened, it's probably just a little bit, maybe like 1 o'clock or 12 to 1 o'clock or something like that. So, yeah, you are walking along the road here. And one thing that you notice is number 25 here on the map. It is affectionately called the Leap. The Leap is an outcropping of rock nearly 100 feet above the churning water below. Several stone benches stand near this precipitous edge, and a few stone markers sit in the tall grass nearby. Traditionally, the people of Saltmarsh leap from the cliffs into the water below when a loved one drowns at sea. The jump is usually not fatal, and the water below the leap is free of rocks, and it is a short swim back to dry land. There's a little plaque there that says that, and you've also have heard of this before, of either different smugglers or different fishermen that have died at sea, different people that you've seen, people then their family members or close friends do this as well, kind of in remembrance of that. So yeah. All right. Let me see then here. So we are going to go there. Let me just double check here just to make sure everything is set up correctly. Okay, let me do this here. Oh. Is it all black for you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me drag you guys in. Can you see Marvin? Or no?
Well, let me zoom out maybe.
Where would we
Top-
be? Should we be looking
top
at
right.
at the top?
Yeah. All right. Let me.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Can you see now, Marvin?
I get it. Might not have any sight or anything.
Let me see. Can you see now?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay.
I think there's something about your global token that like saves your
Is
light
that-
and stuff.
Is that in?
If you set a token up and then in the character sheet, go to the somewhere there's an option use as token or use as default token.
Default token optional. Select a token as. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Since I don't have my great axe, if I have a single-handed weapon,
Mm-hmm.
trying to look it up and can't find it. If I have a single-handed weapon, I could theoretically offhand also attack.
You can do an unarmed strike with it as a bonus action.
Yeah, but since I'm not proficient, don't have the two-weapon fighting or dual wielder feat, I
Mhm.
don't add my proficiency to the second
Right.
weapon.
Even if you had a weapon that you were proficient with, if you don't have the dual wielder feat, then you don't add proficiency to the offhand attack.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Now,
Like Cedric used to do that because he had that feat.
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, when I attack with my dagger, it as an offhand, then I won't add proficiency. to
okay,
it.
cool. Can you guys all see?
I can see.
Okay.
I can see Shen. Oh, there's Cord.
Sweet. Okay, cool. I'll actually
I'm
grab you and
stealthy.
just move you down to here. Okay. That little map. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the fun begins.
Okay.
Welcome to the sinister secrets of Saltmarsh. 4 miles east of Saltmarsh, just inland off the old coast road, stands a haunted house. And until 20 years ago, it had been the residence of an aged alchemist of sinister repute. Even then, locals avoided the house because of its owner's mysterious activities. Now, 2 decades after the unexplained disappearance of its occupant, the house has taken on an even greater air of evil and mystery. Dilapidated and long abandoned, this house presents an unwholesome appearance. Those hardy souls who have infrequently sought entry, pursuing rumors of a secret hoard or alchemical gold, all returned with naught save grim tales of decaying chambers, presided over by monstrous perils. Indeed, such is the reputation of the house that the fields around it, the prime agricultural land, remain untended and rank with weeds. I forgot to add this before. This is something that you can do if you'd like to, but we don't have to. You do think back, Gus, and you do remember that there is an old sea smuggler that would tell stories of having gone to it.
Okay.
You have the option, if you'd like to go and try to find him and talk to him, try to get more information about this place.
I mean, do you think maybe I would have just heard the stories in a tavern or around a fire?
Yeah. From what you can kind of tell, the last time that you heard is that he went through a back door and noticed a nearby well. Kind of described the kitchen and the scullery, he thinks, and perhaps a passage that led him to the back door, but he doesn't really know exactly anything more. And his memory kind of, the further it's been, the more he's kind of embellished it and became more exaggerated over what kind of frightened him. So the one time you heard him say that a horde of ghosts came up the stairs to the scullery. And the next time you heard it, it was a vampire with a swarm of rats.
That's right.
And you could kind of tell, though, that every time he said it, people nearby would often pretend to buy him a free ale. So, kind of seemed that he would kind of just say whatever could, get the next person to get him his free drink. So whilst, it probably did happen to him, it probably did not happen quite that way.
Yeah. I just rolled to just see if I'd believed him, and I don't think I do. I think he's telling fishing stories.
Quite.
No, this big.
His arm fan is bigger, so. Alright. So, the road to the house winds through the rocky coastal terrain, often offering a view of the sea below. In one area, maybe you'd reckon about a mile off, away from the mansion, you do kind of see the same path that you had taken up onto the road from that little hidden bay. Low clouds press upon you. Occasional patches of sunlight appear out over the water. and a stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny stink, churning salt water. On your way there, several townfolk that kind of heard of what you were about to do came by and kind of repeated some of the same rumors and stories that you had heard before about the vampire and rat swarms and hordes of ghosts. But before we even left the town, they kind of got grim-faced and didn't go much further. The decrepit house sits on the highest ground in the area. Around it, a stone wall has crumbled in many places, exposing the interior grounds. An ornate metal gate lies open at the end of the road, swaying slightly in the wind. Wild flora grows through the inner yard, but all the years cannot hide the evidence of a well-tended garden that once sat there. Near the house, the rotted wooden roof of a water well rises out of the tall grass. And as I've said before, this is right against the edge of the cliff. Kind of what you remember about there being a back door, well, in any case, you are still outside of it, so I'm guessing you enter through the gate or one of the many holes in the stone wall.
Oh, so the well is like way down by the gate.
It's actually by, so I guess I should say right now you are in the back part of the house on the map.
Oh,
So the well is to the back part of the house there.
got it.
So, I'll say that you kind of remember, him saying that you go around the back, or that he went around, to the back side, and that's where you went as well.
Okay.
So at this point in time here, you are around the back side here.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. I want
go
to.
inside and
I gotta
check it
just
out.
check something real quick.
Um, you do notice.
You remember Sandy? The old coot.
Who?
Sandy. Old Sandy.
Okay.
Remember what he used to say about the well? I'm just gonna go check it out real quick. And can I investigate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
4
4.
+ 1.
Yeah. So you went over to the well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you walk over there, and on the way there, you kind of almost forgot what you're looking for,
Right.
and you're like looking at a bush, and then you actually almost like fall into the well, and then you realize it's there. You don't. There's from what you think, it just looks like a well.
I knew he was full of carp.
But at that moment there,
I'd be following right behind him.
yeah. Did you want to
And
roll?
I was just gonna say, I'll just lean over. I don't know what are you looking for?
Did
And
you
look
want
over into
in
the?
there? You can roll if you want, just investigate as well. Just because, you kind of see that he kind of almost didn't really remember what he was doing.
Investigation 0.
Wow.
3 minus 3.
Yikes. You also almost fall down the well and
Where
Look-
is it? Oh, there it is.
look in the bush that he was looking at. Now, you do kind of notice, though, when you do kind of look in there, you can see that you can tell it's a well, and it looks like it descends about 20 feet. Although you kind of forget why you're looking. You do see water down below, but you do kind of forget exactly what you were looking at. But just as you're kind of there,
Okay.
We'd be over here.
I knew he was full of it.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say 2 poisonous snakes
Alright, I should go over there.
that
Huh?
make their homes in the crumpled and crevice-ridden walls of the well shaft emerge.
Damn it, Sandy.
No, relic.
And
This
at
is
that
a
point
terrible
in time,
place.
I'll have you roll for initiative.
Huh?
Do you know who Nudralik is?
Is that the god around
It's just
here?
it's a good. I mean, it's not the most popular god. You
Okay.
probably might not have heard of it.
There was a god of smugglers, and I don't remember what they were
That's
called.
Procan, I think.
Okay, that's the one that I probably pay attention to. Where is my initiative? There it is.
Alright, well, those dice, even though it's nice, it's gonna have to get retired.
I got a 19.18.
19.18.
That's
Yeah.
a 14 for me.
I have a sweet. 1, 2, sweet.
All right. How do I? Okay. Cool. 19. Excellent. Excellent. And you said a 3.
Jackie Chan looks so good in the turn order.
All right. Sweet. Okay. Can you guys see the snake in the turn order?
Yeah,
yes.
just one.
Just one. There we go. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Okay, cool. So, interestingly enough, though, your wits are still about you, Gus, and you see something green coming right at that moment, and so you do have a you do get the first blow if you wish.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna swing at him with a rapier. I got stab at him with a rapier.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And he will take 4 plus 8. 8 total piercing damage.
8 total damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then if it's still up,
Mm-hmm.
Then-
It looks like, man, you kind of like you kind of like you like cut it, but it's still like, you know, like it's still like connected just a little bit.
yeah, it's just a piercing weapon. I'm not gonna like cut through it or anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with my offhand, I'm gonna attack it with a dagger,
Okay.
and that is a 16 plus. I don't add proficiency to the attack. Is that right? I
Yeah.
just add dex. So
Yeah, I believe so.
because it's a finesse weapon, so a total of 20 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then it does 1d4 plus dex for damage. So it'll take another 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Perfect. At that point, there you get it right in the face. So you kind of like it's kind of like where it's like it just kind of gets ready to almost like maybe gets close to strike you. You know, you hit it through and it kind of like and like you stick it right in the mouth.
Yeah, I've got it with the rapier, and then the other hand.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it's like gets in. You like fling it off. Then so yeah, that one there you do get that one taken care of.
That's it.
That's it for that one there. There's still one left.
Well, that's it for me. I mean.
Oh, yes, sorry, that's it for you. Mm-hmm. And Shen.
Guess I'll run over. Oops. This mouse, I didn't buy the mouse. Okay. I'm gonna run over, and I think I can make a quarterstaff attack. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Wow, for 4 damage.
You, it's kind of like that scene on like Robin Hood where
No,
you
wait,
like.
it's just It's just 3.
Is it just 3?
Do I not
Because
get,
that's
The one would be from the crit.
dude, I don't get any plus.
You should. Should be plus dex or something.
I would think it would be 1d8 plus something. Yeah. Quarterstaff, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, plus your strength. Your strength modifier 0.
Oh, it should be with my dex, right?
Quarterstaff is. It just says damage 1d6. Yeah, I don't think you actually add. Oh, it's a simple weapon. It's not like a martial weapon, so maybe that's why.
What weapons do monks use?
Monks use some weapons. Like they use short swords.
I would have thought that. Like I could get basically like something wood in it to do the same damage. Yeah. Oh, I'll look into it. I think I can do it because I think that's considered a monk weapon. I can do as my bonus action. I can do an unarmed attack.
Okay.
Mm.
Wait, no, it says here. Wait, oh, I changed it. Well, I don't know. Anyhow, the
If
unarmed
you
one
hit it
gives
with
me
two
a-
hands, it's a 1d8 instead of a 1d6.
See this here? That doesn't really make sense because my unarmed basically would always do more.
I think-
that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
I think monks generally are almost
More
better
martial.
just
with their hands.
Yeah.
with their hands. I mean, you are Jackie Chan after all.
Yeah, I'll look into it. So that's 6 bludgeoning then. Now.
Okay. Okay, 6 bludgeoning. So that was actually a pretty good hit. You kind of like on Robin Hood, you know on the Disney animated one. You know where Sir Hiss, you go and or you get smacked down. You know you hit him good and he kind of like crinkles. You know a little bit down. Like,
hissing it.
Like
Yeah.
accordions.
yeah, exactly. You know.
Oi, 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 oi.
So it did not like that. That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
All right. And now it's that giant snake's turn there, and he will kind of recoil a little bit, but still strike at you. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
All right. It does. Give me a second here, sorry. Alright. It does 7 damage.
Okay.
Since it attacked someone within melee range of me, that is not me, I would like to use my reaction
Okay.
to do my sentinel thing and hit it with my
Mm.
hand axe.
Nice.
19 plus, I believe, 6.
Wow.
25?
That
to
hits.
hit. That is a grand total of 5 damage.
You said you hit it with your hand axe?
Hand axe.
Perfect. You cut its head off. Clean.
Mm.
So
Just for the 100 times that's going to come up, when he does that as a reaction, is it before it bites him? Or
I was trying to look
does-
it up. It doesn't specifically say, I think. And what I've seen people do it, it's usually after the attack.
yeah.
So here it says use a versatile weapon, spear or quarterstaff, in 2 hands to do 1d8 plus
Mhm.
dexterity. Yeah.
Oh.
Plus dexterity.
So I think I would get my bonus. Not,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have made a difference there, but I think I'm
Sweet.
gonna change it. So
Oh, shit.
because otherwise, I mean, I think it makes sense that you would do more damage. With,
Who's gonna be doing the healing here?
I know you guys will have to.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to think. Was
We don't
there
have a cleric.
Storm King's Thunder? There wasn't any healers.
There wasn't.
No.
There was just a
And
lot
you're fine.
And then
of healing.
the last time here, then we had a couple,
There
3 of you
were
guys are all had
3
healing.
people that could do
Right.
healing.
And I think I had gotten some then, but I never used it because it's 5th level.
But we did fine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So that was
Who needs a healer?
nope.
that was lucky.
oh, actually, I should have done the lucky feat on that snake.
Ooh, there you go.
In any case, though,
See, then on my turn, I'll hit it again. 25,
He just
25
keeps
again.
hitting it.
yeah. I mean, you can.
25, another
Court,
7,
court,
and another 15.
Court,
So
court,
basically,
it's dead,
you
court.
you cut its head off, and then you go and cut its head in half, and then you go and cut whatever was left. You know, it
Basically diced it.
exactly. You know, you actually.
What can't he do?
You know, someone like Shen kind of notices and actually kind of admires your accuracy and skill. You know, and thinks about cutting fish. Would be actually really.
I wasn't even
nice
trying to
nice
do
way
that.
to fillet. You cut it
Right.
really nice little equal sized portions.
I can respect that.
So
Good with the blade.
yeah,
hmm
um,
Better with a bigger blade, though.
yeah. But so in this case here, then you the well then appears to be unguarded.
What were you guys even doing over here by this well?
There was this old, sea dog that used to tell stories about this place. Said that you could sneak in through the well somewhere, but there's nothing here but snakes.
Yeah. Tall tales.
You know how fishermen
Wait,
Oh yeah.
what if it's down in the well? I have 50-foot rope.
are. Well, I wouldn't say anything.
You're teeny tiny. I could probably pretty easily just, lower you down the rope or down to the well and pull you back up again.
Friend, I'm not going in your snack hole.
Okay.
You do notice though there is that flower bed that you had heard about before is it's right here kind of in the corner, or not, I shouldn't say flower bed, it's that vegetable garden is over there, and you can kind of see it looks like at one time it was something really nice, but now it's all overgrown, and there's this big rose bush that's there. There's some broken tools that look like they could have been pretty nice at one time, but
Like gardener's tools?
yeah, but they're all rusty, and some are broken. Just how they broke, it's kind of hard to tell, like they broke themselves, but they nonetheless, it's like they feel neglected and self-destructed. There is a door here though,
Oh, that's a door.
Yeah. Is it a
So-
glass door?
a glass door.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see.
I can
through
see
it.
through it.
Well,
It has a window in the top.
it has a window in it too.
Hmm.
So
Well, I'm gonna try the door. I'd rather try going through the front door than through that well. I like water, but I don't think fish swim there, and I don't swim where fish don't swim.
Is the door locked?
no, it's not. It's unlocked.
I open it and
Place
walk
needs
through
an
it.
estate manager.
Excellent. The house's interior is dilapidated and damp, with patches of harmless mold everywhere. The woodwork is generally rotten, cobwebs and dust are thick, and rubbish scattered everywhere. You see that plaster has fallen from some of the walls and ceiling and lies strewn across the floor. Looks like there is, you can see, kind of hard to tell in this here, but you can see that in some areas, looks like there, was a little bit of some vandalism, things that happened not because of just decay, but because of human interaction.
Anyone else getting this weird case of deja vu?
What's that?
There were two little children outside. So their parents are fighting.
Is that, well, you guys lead the way. That snake.
Oh,
bit me.
I'm going, but moving slowly.
For the most part,
Kinda
because
walking
it's
with
during the
invisible
day, the windows all let light stream in, and due to some holes, in the roof and even the walls that shouldn't be there, light streams in. It's dim but adequate, leaving you can usually about see everything, but just a little bit dark in some corners.
You know what, Cor? Maybe
So-
you should let me lead the way. I can sneak around. See what we're getting into here.
Where are you, Core?
I blend in that stuff.
I know.
He's got a gray token.
Right. He's right in front of me.
Oh, good grief. Oh, it's us because I'm on the GM layer. Oopsie.
What do we have here?
Um,
Are these like clamshells or something? Seashells?
No, it's just a K. Sorry, I had to look for it a little bit. So right now you walk into the entrance hall. The walls are bare and bits of smashed furniture lie upon the floor. You can see there's a corridor that leads to here and to here. Currently, the north is to your back.
Okay.
Yeah. So, maybe a little but in
So
this
everything's
case,
backwards on this map for north, south, east, west.
actually no. The north is at the top of the map.
Oh, okay.
So actually, I did kind of actually say it wrong. In this case here, the back or the bottom here is actually what's up against the ocean or the sea. But yeah. So there's a staircase on the eastern wall that climbs to the next story, and reaching it at a balcony that overlooks the entrance hall along its north and west sides. The stairs appear safe to climb, though the balcony rail is broken in several places. And under the stairs at the north end of the hall, a third corridor leads east. So at this point in time, you have options of where you'd like to go. And just
Well,
so you
three
know,
of us and 3 halls. Why don't we all split
Let's
up?
just
and
split
make
up.
a
and
trail?
just so you know, move your or scroll up once just so I can see. Or okay, so there were doors
along the way.
along the way there that you were like you can kind of see me.
Oh,
So
Mm-hmm.
if you'd like to, you could go in any of those doors too.
I didn't see those.
I wonder if that
Could you move your
Lars
character
fella's
up?
boss was telling the truth about this place. Doesn't look like anyone's
You
been
can-
here for a while.
Okay.
No.
There's a door here, here, and here that you would have passed. And the way
Right.
the way that the dynamic lighting is, it might have hidden
No, it shows it.
some
It-
of them.
The one,
It's hard to see.
The one on the right's are hard, but
Yeah, the one on the left is pretty easy.
Is there more than one
there-
on the right?
The one
No.
up top here is pretty much invisible.
Yeah, sorry, that's there we go.
Everybody take a door. We'll open them on 3.
Okay,
So
you have to count.
1, 2, 4, 7, 19, 3.
I open the door and run in.
all right, so Cor runs into the kitchen. It is the kitchen is dirty and damp, with patches of gray mold and cobwebs on the floor, wall, and ceiling.
I realized then that you were probably kind of kidding, but I already clicked up on my
I was
arrow
gonna
because
say,
I was
so-
waiting to hear 3 and I just clicked up.
In the northwest corner is some iron cooking equipment and a chimney above it. Next to it, under the window, is a cracked and discolored sink. To the right of the sink, a small closed wooden cupboard is fixed to the wall about 5 feet above floor level. Against the far wall, a flight of wooden stairs leads upward from west to east. The woodwork of the staircase is decayed and a few of the treads are missing. The cupboard is empty, and the stairs, there are stairs there that look like they go upstairs, and they are in poor condition but still usable.
Is this a door over here?
Yes.
Is it like a smaller door, like a cupboard door?
No, that is an actual door.
Okay.
Would
Is
you
it-
like to?
Is it locked?
Nope, you can go through if you'd like. I'm sorry, I deleted your character by mistake.
Where are you? Where am I?
There you go. Are you back? Are you good?
I can't see though.
You can't see. Dang it. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, give me a second here. Let me quickly update your.
what in the world is that?
I think it's a larder.
And
And a set of vampire
So-
stairs.
So this is
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
the scullery.
Oh.
This room displays
Scullery.
the effects of damp and decay more than most. Mold grows in patches on the floor, walls, and ceiling. A large copper cask, split, discolored, and empty, stands under the window, with a small heap of crockery shards on the floor beside it. Stairs lead down into what is presumably a cellar.
Does it look like there's any like boot prints or like muddy prints or dust
Hmm.
prints or anything like that through here?
Yes, you actually,
Just reminds me of the story about the vampires that come flying up the stairs.
well, actually, roll a investigation.
Yeah. 3 plus 1.
Okay. You think it's probably just
I'm probably gonna
Dirt.
open up a private eye business
yeah.
after this.
You look and honestly the floor is so gray and dusty you really can't tell
Okay.
anything.
Sure.
Um,
Well, the stairs in the kitchen didn't look safe. Do you guys want to go downstairs?
This seems like a horrible place. If you lead the way, I'll follow, though.
I just think if they're pirates, they're gonna be in the cellar. That's what I think.
No one would want to live down there.
Well, I reckon, and this is just
You can stay in the back. I'll go in front of you.
this is just my guessulating that there's a way in through the cave from the water, and that maybe the cellar is used as a clubhouse or.
If this leads to water, I'll follow.
Yeah, all right.
all right.
Can you hear water? Oh, then I go drip, drip. Oh, you hear that? There's water down here.
So at that moment, when you try walking down the steps, you hear a hideous scream, as if a
Nice.
soul in torment rising from the cellar below.
Nice.
It's a shriek.
Cora, maybe you should go in the front.
In fact, it scares you so much that you each have to take a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
I step over top of Gus so that I'm in front.
I say, a new relic has blighted me right good today.
You say a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Is this against being frightened? Because
Yes.
Gus is very brave. He has a feature
Okay.
that he has advantage on saving throws against being frightened.
Okay.
Because halflings are sweet.
Nice.
I love halflings. That's a 4. And a 4. So,
Okay.
halflings aren't that great.
So, what was yours?
0.
Okay.
I got a total of 6.
Funny.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess were you behind? So that kind of makes sense. Gus and Core are both,
Nope.
like,
Nope.
really,
Move.
like,
Core, turn around.
very frightened, and Shen, he you hear, but because you didn't, get quite up there, you don't know if they saw something or what exactly it was, and so you're not frightened, but yeah, so
Using halfling nimbleness, I duck and dip through the legs of everyone behind me,
nice.
and I move back up to the top of the stairs.
At this point in time, though, a little bit after, you do kind of hear. Well, roll perception.
How am I the brave one here?
I'm trying to pretend like I'm here with my axe and my fist, like I'm totally not scared, but I'm slowly backing up a little.
You're like bumping into Shen.
I got a 7.
7?
Next up.
This D20 is done for the day.
I think it's a new D20.
Hold on, we all have to order new
Sorry, what
D20s.
was it? Perception?
Yeah, perception. What was 6?
Perception, 0.
Excellent.
I'm so
Let
busy
me
looking
hit
at.
things. I'm better at that.
So wait, you didn't roll yet though?
No, I did.
You did.
He just has a
That's why
negative.
that dice is back there.
Oh, okay.
With 1.
oh.
1.
That's right. I
0.
forgot you rolled that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, what did you roll?
On perception,
Yeah.
I think I got a 4 or 5.
Okay. And you got
A 6.
6. So I mean, like,
It's dark and dusty in here. I don't know what you want.
it's
busy
probably
watching
because
them run.
you're a little bit scared, but
I think that seems to work.
I guess. Whoops. Why do I keep doing that? You do think that you you're kind of really frightened right now. Gus and Shen, you both think that you maybe heard something upstairs. You're not 100% certain, but you think that you heard something upstairs, like muffled talking or something, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell, but
Hush. Is my status currently frightened?
yes,
Yeah, and that lasts for.
15 minutes. Or sorry, 1 hour.
Okay.
You can repeat the saving throw every 15 minutes.
Okay. Just let me know when I can do it again.
Yeah.
So what's the big idea, guys? You guys want to go down there and you heard something?
Nope.
I just remembered there
don't
was-
don't
there
want to go
was-
down there. What? Did you not hear that?
We should have checked the other door first.
I've been on the sea a long time. I've heard strange things before.
Okay. Well, you can go if you want. I'm not. For at least 14 and a half more minutes.
I think we should really go check that other door first.
Yes. Yeah, the other door. Other doors. There's so many doors.
That's a lot of doors.
We really need to
I was counting them for a while.
eliminate them from our search. Let's go to the other doors. Other doors. Yeah. And Gus like leaves the kitchen a little bit too quickly, but like trying not to look like he's running away. Is this first door then down here locked?
Give me 1 second. The one down here beside you?
Mm-hmm.
No, that door is unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna go in.
Okay. This is, from what you can tell, the dining room. At one time, a long table stood in the center of the room, but now it lies broken on the floor. The broken chair sits against the wall between the windows, and there is a heap of broken dishes in the northwest corner. You can see there is also a little fireplace down here in the corner.
Is the table like cracked or?
It literally just looks like it just fell apart.
Okay.
It just like almost the legs just kind of like, I don't know, someone maybe put a bunch of stuff on it, or it just rotted. It just the thing just fell.
It's not like lightning hit it or like, like someone
it's
carved
just,
it.
it's just like it just got wrecked,
Yeah.
just smashed.
Okay.
You can kind of tell. It looks like a lot of human vandalism happened to some of these
Teens,
truly.
adolescents were here.
But the other door?
This one here?
Is it unlocked?
Did you say that in Dutch?
No, it just said
It sounded very much
just
like.
said sing song.
I stumbled over
the other
it.
door?
Try the other door.
I thought you said it in Dutch.
Nope. I stumbled over my tongue a little bit.
2 stuffed armchairs stand near the fireplace in this room. The covers of both have been torn and stuffing has been pulled out, but the wooden frames are intact. A broken table lies on the floor near the north wall, and a fireplace similar to the one in the other room is down at the bottom, but it looks a little bit different.
It's sad, isn't it? Like, this could be a really nice place if someone would take care of it and or just not vandalize it.
As a smuggler, sometimes like to hide stuff, hide money in some places, right? I'm gonna check out the fireplace.
I don't know. How would I know?
Can I do a perception check on them? I'm pretty sure my guy. I should get advantage. I think.
Go ahead. Wait, on them or on the fireplace?
On them. Maybe I need.
Gus
insight,
is
I
really
guess.
hamming it up.
I want to see if they're smugglers. Like I think I'd probably have a good idea, but 20.
15. I mean, you think that he probably has he's probably if you said that he oh wait, what did you tell him? That you didn't tell him anything more about what you did? No, you just
My parents running in.
Yeah, I mean, from what you maybe
I said we're in the hospitality business.
so I mean, it just seems like he probably has interacted a lot with smugglers that probably stayed at the inn, and you kind of think that could probably make sense, being being at an inn, you probably see a lot of people going through and probably hear a lot of stories. So he probably, probably has heard a lot of stuff about that. But he does kind of seem a little bit like, he maybe is a little bit knows more about what he lets on, but it's kind of hard to tell. After you see him get frightened over that, that Shrika, you always kind of thought smugglers were a little bit braver, maybe.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Oh, good.
Oh, deception
Don't want
15.
anything surprising us.
I guess should I roll perception on the fireplace?
Yeah, go ahead if you want to. 18? Yeah. You walk over to the fireplace and you notice that there is, well, it looks like it's a nice kind of stone fireplace. Kind of different style stones, but you notice that there's one particular stone that kind of stands out. Like it's a little bit of a different color, and it kind of almost protrudes just a little bit more than when you look at it, it just kind of looks like there's something.
I'll go and reach for it and I say, this is an odd fish.
Yeah. So as you reach for it, you kind of have to kind of step in the fireplace a little bit, and you notice a collection of mouse bones spilling out from the hearth.
Mouse bones.
What do you do with that stone? Do you
Just kind of
you
pull
try-
on it.
Yeah. Yep. You kind of feels like it's kind of a dusty and kind of seems this hasn't been moved for a while, but as you pull it out, kind of like a little bit of some spider webs kind of come off of it. Clearly hasn't been used for a while, and there's you pull it out, and there's this kind of like this darkness, and this black in there. It kind of looks almost too black. All of a sudden, then the blackness starts coming out of it.
I try putting the.
And it just keeps coming out of it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And with that, a swarm of spiders will appear.
Oh, gross! I was like, that's a smoke monster or anything. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. No, it's just a ton of spiders. Like, ew! Why is that so much scarier than a monster?
So, in this case here, I will have you roll for initiative.
Hey, you already got 15.
That's about right.
Nice. 21.8.
How do you get the 21.18?
I have my. It puts a decimal in there, so it's a tiebreaker if anyone ever rolls the same thing as me. It's just my dexterity score. But
Gotcha.
it doesn't matter. I don't get that anyway. I get a 4 plus.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. So, in this case here, even though they are coming out, you do get to do something there. What they do, they start kind of spreading, just kind of filling up, the fireplace. So,
It's gross.
Is there any particular thing that you want to do, Marty?
Light a fire
Shannon?
in the fireplace.
Murder.
I mean,
Burn the house down. This isn't a funeral makers campaign. We can't just burn everything down.
alright.
I'm just trying to think, though. That's a pretty good idea.
Burn the house down and wait for the pirates to come out.
Uh-huh.
But then we'll lose everything they were smuggling if we can find some treasure.
I mean, I'm trying to think if I can do anything other than just talk. See, I don't get my.
What'll it be, dearie?
Oh, okay. Starting level 2, I can do Kai or Key, I guess. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a whack at these spiders with my my stick.
Okay.
Try to smash as many as I can.
Okay. Is
20.
that hits? Is the damage? Go ahead and roll for damage. 7. Nice. All right. So it looks like you stamp him, but it's goodness there's so many of them. It kind of feels like you only hit like a small portion of them. It looks like you did get a little bit, but it looks like there's. I mean, it's almost hard to tell if you did any difference.
New relic blesses me and curses me as he pleases. And I will. I'm not about to hit them with my hands. That's nasty.
Punch the spider.
Try kicking him.
Yeah, I guess I could kick them unarmed. Yeah, so I'll try kicking them.
Okay.
9 damage. Does that hit him?
That misses.
Okay.
It looks like you were just a little bit still hesitant.
Should run away, I guess. Could still, I guess. I think these things get opportunity attacks. They're spiders.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Gus. What would you
Well,
like to do?
I'm imagining that my piercing weapons are going to be about as effective as attacking a bowl of candy, like trying to pierce them. And I kind of just want to get out of here, and hope they don't chase us. Do you guys want to get out of here? I feel like a bludgeoning weapon would be the best thing, and it didn't really seem to do very much.
Right.
I'm ready to run away from these bugs if you are. Is what I'm saying.
Well, do
Gore?
these look like they'd hurt the? Are they pretty big spiders?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of them.
They're pretty small.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna tell them. Better stand and fight. Last time you ran away, are you guys really that scared?
I'm not scared of these. And that makes me a little insulted, so I will attack them.
I was rolling to see if I hit.
With my rapier for a 10 to hit. 10 versus AC.
like you said,
Yeah, cool.
it just pokes.
And I'll stab at it with a dagger for 10 to hit. No,
Man, you just.
I am not using this
It's like
D20 anymore.
You like what you did so much with the rapier that you did it with the dagger too.
This one's up next time. That's my turn.
All right. Core. Your token kind of looks like a small
I move.
mouse on a branch.
I move down to there
Oh, okay.
and take a swing at him. 12.
That hits.
Hold it. 7. Oh, shoot.
Huh.
Yeah, 7.
I threw my dice up there to get rid of it, and I rolled a crit 20.
Nice.
So you roll a
No, 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. What did you hit it with? Your hand
Kind
axe.
of like the broad side of
Oh,
the
the
hand.
hand. Okay. Yeah. It actually. It's probably. It was definitely a better route than the rapier or the dagger, and it actually does kind of look like once you get with that, it does smush them pretty good. But there are still a bunch still around there.
And then with my offhand attack, can I do an offhand attack with my foot and stomp on
Yeah.
them? Okay. That is not much. Not enough. Without pretending.
Yeah. You kind of think you stepped on them, but you just maybe like stepped on like some dust or something. It's kind of hard. It's kind of darker, so yeah. So. All right.
Okay.
That's it. All right. the spiders, they're slowly creeping out. They all came out now, and they right away go for Shen, and they.
Well, they don't see me as a threat. Wonder why.
Might have overlooked you.
So. Okay.
Is that a short goat?
Here we go. So. Does a 9 hit?
No.
No. It seems though that you did kind of maybe squinch out just enough that they kind of they kind of get on you, but they're not really like biting yet, or like they kind of seem like they want to, but they just almost like, I don't know, it's not maybe enough to really do anything yet. Go ahead.
Sentinel. I want to smack him.
Okay, go ahead.
And it does. I can do that even if they don't hit, which is kind of nice. That is 25 to hit.
That hits.
And that is what? Oh, 9 damage.
9 damage. And what are you attacking with?
Are there still some like on the floor? I guess.
Yeah, I would
If
say.
they're all over him, then I'll just smack him good.
I would say you can kind of see like they kind of like are on
Otherwise,
the kind of like
handbags.
part of the way on the bottom of the fireplace, kind of on the floor, and kind of like they're trying to make their way up onto Shen. So would you?
Yeah, the hand axe just whop again
on
the broadside.
Okay, on the floor or?
Probably on the floor, yeah.
Okay, and you said that was 9 damage.
Yep.
Okay, very nice. Okay, that did do a good bit. You actually kind of notice it looks like there's maybe a little less than half of them kind of looks like they've been smushed out. You can kind of see the three or four main places where you kind of smush them, with your hand axe and with the staff. Looks like you just kind of like the curl up
Nice.
gooey bits, but there's
Crunchy.
and it looks like the halves are about equal. Yeah. All right. It is Shen's turn.
I look over at the two of you, try to get an idea if you want to flee or fight.
What are you jigging?
Just making sure you're with me.
We're in it now, Shen.
Alright, I'm going to attack again. I'd really like to use that brick I pulled out.
Why not?
Nice.
Oh wait, I did the wrong one, but I guess I'll do that one first.
Yeah.
I missed.
That
So I
hits.
didn't get to
That'll
use it.
finish him off right quick.
Is that gonna be with your foot
It's
or
not
with
that
your
big
hand?
level
or-
one.
Probably my foot.
Okay, yeah, you kind
Level
of
one.
stomp, and because they're kind of on you, you get them, but
It's
you
one per
don't
level.
get like a whole lot.
Okay.
But you get about a good foot size, I'd say. I mean, they're looks like there's still kind of some on you, and your weapon.
Take another
Okay.
swing with the quarterstaff.
Yep. You go ahead and you get another a good section. You kind of contact it.
6 bludgeoning.
Yeah. In this case here, it looks like you did get a decent amount there actually with that one. It was pretty nice. There's the ones that are kind of still left are the ones that are kind of little stragglers on you, but mainly on the floor now. They look like they're kind of like.
I look over at Gus and I say, why don't you take care of the rest?
I'm gonna try.
Hit him!
You ready for me?
Go ahead.
All right, bugs. Rapier. 15 to hit.
You managed to get them. Maybe you hit it with like the flat somehow. End of
Okay.
it.
4, 8, 9, 10, 11 with the sneak attack. 11 piercing damage.
Very nice.
And
Well, go ahead.
if they're still up,
It looks like there's like maybe about oh goodness, it looks like maybe there's about just a handful left.
yeah, with the other hand, I guess I'll attack with a dagger.
Okay.
And that's a 8 to hit.
goodness, that handful, they kind of like all kind of culminate together and just get out of the way before you get them. It looks like that last bit has kind of all gone onto Shen now.
Oh, they're on him.
Yeah, it looks like there's like this like dark patch going up his leg.
Got it. That's it for Gus.
Okay, Core.
Shen, duck.
I'll just reach out and basically try to like grab him and just smush him.
Just smush him on his leg.
Nope, that's a 9.
All right. You just kind of like, maybe you're a little bit hesitant about doing something like that, so you think you're going to go, but then you miss, and you're like, maybe you shouldn't do this after all.
So with my offhand, try it again. Bonus. Okay, that 6. No. Would that be strength or dex?
What are you rolling
Strength for you or
to?
strength?
Are you just rolling?
That would be just.
Are you
an
rolling to
unarmed-
grapple him?
Unarmed strike.
Like hit him?
Basically, unarmed strike, as in
I
hit
think
him
it's
and then swoosh.
I think it's
I think it's just-
unarmed, just strength.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be like 18 to hit.
Okay. Just
Which then is unarmed is just
One.
1 plus your
One.
strength.
1 hit point.
1 plus your strength.
Is it plus strength?
I think so. What would it be,
If that would
5?
hit me, I'd like to use a lucky point to.
I'm not like grabbing your leg. I'm like, how
So
you do
what?
with a fly if there's a fly on something? You go.
You smack him. You smack the
No,
person.
not like that. I'm doing the grab him like that.
what did you roll?
Let's really
it
just
would
throw Matt into
be-
the fire with a weird question.
Yeah.
It was an 18 to hit, and
Okay.
then I think 5 damage. 1 plus strength.
All right. Just out of curiosity
Think?
here, what is what's it for an ability check? Is that what is? Well, I guess yeah. What is an ability check?
Like when you roll for athletics or deception or insight.
Okay. So like as in a skill. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I would say that works, but I would say Shen, make a. Make a dexterity saving throw, just because.
With advantage, because I'm intentionally
Dang it.
trying not to
Okay.
hit it.
Well, yeah, I'd say with advantage. You kind of see him going for it, so you kind of know to kind of maybe move out of the way potentially.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
It was a good thing you saw him coming, and so it's kind of like that thing where like you look down at your leg, you look at Core, you look down at your leg, and then the next thing you see is an arm, and you like
You just see his
you,
wild eyes.
you like just you kind of move your leg out in time, and like otherwise you're like oof, like it looks like you want smash him on the chair then behind you. So I was lucky.
Didn't have
So yeah.
to have my lucky.
Yep. In that case, there is no more spiders.
Gross.
So and do you still have that stone in your hand or?
I kind of look at it. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Um,
Not sure what that was doing there, and
Just keep the spiders in.
I guess I'll put it back in place.
no, I was gonna say as you go over there, you do see now that there is a wooden box in there.
Ooh. You open it. A bunch of spiders come out.
I go like knock on the wood to see is it like hollow,
Yeah, it's hollow.
and I shake it. Nothing like rattles around in it.
Yeah. You actually hear kind of some metal kind of
Okay.
like.
Bunch of metal.
Actually,
Guess
yeah,
I'll take my chances.
you kind of
Better
hear
give
like
it
a
to
soft,
me,
a
that's
soft
what those-
rattle, a
those
soft
might-
metal rattle.
Those
Okay.
might be armored spiders.
You-
I'll open the box.
At that moment, right when you do though, there's a little spider kind of like runs around the side. But you do open. It looks like you open it. That was the only one. It just was
Core
hanging out.
smacks the spider.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a giant spider descends from the ceiling.
Right, you're like, oh,
My children.
that was lucky. Us and like you like look and there's like this big leg
Must
core.
Oh, looks like those are just baby spiders.
Those aren't drapes.
Inside the compartment is 30 copper pieces and 2 small pouches. What looks like alchemical powders would be kind of your best guess. It kind of looks like that's what they're labeled as. Kind of strange, but so you can divide.
That's exciting.
You can keep the copper for yourself or divide it.
Okay.
Amongst whatever you want to do.
Just keep it in the box.
It's
Maybe.
Is the box kind of bulky? I think maybe.
Oh no, it's rather slender.
Okay.
Like it's maybe kind of about the size of a phone, maybe about like
Oh, okay.
2 times the thickness.
I'll just put this in the backpack. Remind me to sort this stuff out later
Yeah.
if we ever get out of here. I have a feeling we won't.
Get out of here?
She's never been talked into going into this place.
Has it been 15 minutes, you think?
Yeah. Yep. You can go ahead and roll your.
12?
Let me just double check.
I guess I should mark that, huh? You said 30 copper,
Yeah, 30 copper.
30 CP, and
Yeah.
2.
2 alchemical powders. Alchemical, I guess.
I got a 16.
16. You succeed. You kind of after that success, you kind of are getting rid of the spiders. You're kind of like, oof.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. And you go,
Oh.
oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so big and bad.
Yeah. What did you roll? 12. Yep. You're like, you're still just a little bit shaken, but you're like, you think you can do this now. You kind of almost were actually impressed with what you just did there, and so you're actually like, oh, like, this actually might not be that bad after all.
You know,
I think that was all the doors.
that
over
jump
here.
scare really spooked me there, but I mean,
I mean, we checked all the doors over here now. I think we go back now to the cellar.
Roll a perception, everyone.
I've got a
11?
22.
Okay.
14.
All right. So at this point in time, you definitely, Gus, you definitely hear something. Someone's like something is upstairs. It's like
Upstairs.
it's like kind of like there's like almost could sound like someone was. I mean, like not like a person talking, but maybe something kind of like just like moving somehow. Kind of sounds like it came from like, kind of like the southeast of the mansion.
Did you hear that?
You kind of maybe think that you heard it, but you maybe just
I
thought
think
it
that
was
was
the house
just.
creaking.
I think that was just core.
Hurt a little bit.
No, it sounded like the floorboards.
You taste Cornish hen.
He didn't hit the ceiling, did he?
I stand there trying to burp me out.
How tall are you, Cor?
7'8".
7'8". I was just gonna say, just so you know, the doorways are
I'm used to ducking to go under.
7 feet high. So, and the ceilings are 10
Someone
feet.
put it like a nail, right?
9-inch nail.
Ouch.
Gus likes to tell people in taverns that he's 3 feet and 10 inches, and those are 2 separate measurements.
I feel like, give me a second. Cedric, I feel like he said a similar thing.
Yeah, I think he probably did.
Really, he did say
I can only
that.
think of Dwalin.
I do think it's a very funny joke.
It's good.
It is.
I've probably said it before.
Anyways, so, anything else you'd like to do in this room?
Leave it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think we're not alone in this house though now, and
No.
I'm gonna sneak.
There's 3 of us.
Yeah, I know, Corey. You're a credit to the group. let me sneak upstairs real quick.
Upstairs.
Can I
Out here.
sneak up the stairs enough to get my head up over the landing and see if
Sure.
there's
You like
any?
just walk up the steps. And
Yeah, but not all the way up. I just want to like
Okay.
go up to the top like 4 or 5 steps
Yeah.
and then see if I can peek over the floor.
Yeah.
Well, really about the top
I mean,
two steps.
so like this right here, this foyer is 2 stories,
Yeah.
and a balcony runs like kind of along, like here a balcony runs, and here a balcony runs to connect over, kind of like an L shaped in that corner.
Okay, maybe never mind then. Maybe
so you can maybe walk out into the or out, not balcony, but out in the court or in the foyer, and you can kind of look up there if you want to.
I say, Cora, can you see anything up there?
he
Let me jump a little
he
bit.
picks
How
Gus
tall are
Gus
you?
up.
Actually,
Yeah.
there we go.
I'll stand on your shoulders.
I'll pick him up and just, or stand him on my shoulder, and that'd be about 10 feet.
Yeah.
So it's just enough that
Gus weighs 40 pounds, so you can definitely do it.
yeah.
I pick up Gus, or
Yeah, you pick him up.
Okay, you don't pick him up. He's not a Barbie.
By the scruff.
Yeah.
He's not like a gnome.
Make a perception check.
9.
No, you don't really see anything.
Okay.
You do notice that the
Higher court.
that the balcony kind of that's right by the stairs or just past the stairs looks pretty bad shape.
Maybe we shouldn't go up that way.
But the stairs look like they're really good though.
Maybe we should go up that way.
You can always go up the back.
I mean, I'm up for going upstairs if you guys are.
Yep.
We do it.
Okay. Go up the steps. Alright.
Mhm.
What? Listen here, friend. Sorry. Alright. I'm gonna move you now, so stop moving.
That's always a problem.
Who goes first?
Oh, I see.
I think I will.
Okay.
No one stops me because I'm a sneaky boy.
Alright, so here you are walking up the steps.
Okay, I want to peek around the corner here.
Okay.
Although, you said I was hearing noise to like the southeast. So like maybe, well, this is kind of the end of the house, isn't it? Yeah, right around this corner. I want to peek around it.
Yeah. You peek around it. You just see a hallway with looks like maybe 3 doors, and nothing really, nothing noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do these doors look different? Like they have like iron bars on them or something? Are they locked or?
No, they just look like normal wooden
Okay.
doors. Nothing really special about them.
I'm just. All right. Well, is the first one locked here?
Nope.
All right.
Like to open it up?
I'm going in.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just going in.
Behind you.
All right. So.
Whoa! Oh, is it trash or are those bodies?
It's just trash.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, that wasn't planned. No. Yeah. All right. So this
Gross.
bedroom, it looks like an old bedroom. There's no furniture, but there's just rubbish and trash scattered everywhere, and you see webs cover the wall and ceiling. From the doorway, you can see kind of like a glint of light from the fireplace. I'm not sure. You almost thought for a second that there was like a spark, but maybe something else that kind of just reflects a little bit.
Okay. Well, I wanted to investigate it. It's the only thing in here. Can I?
Yeah. As soon as you walk in, though, a swarm of spiders fall on top
No
of you.
way. Gross.
More spiders.
Please,
I love spiders. Is that are we doing spiders? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're doing spiders.
Hey, that's me. That's me.
Right on top of your head.
I need a bludgeoning weapon.
So you actually walk past them before they get down, but right when you step out though, another swarm of spiders
Yikes.
comes out of the chimney.
Double spiders.
So
This place isn't haunted. It just needs an exterminator.
Let's roll again. Oh, you have to clear the turn order. Right?
yeah, how do I just
There's a yep.
just trash can? Nice.
Well, that works too.
That's so lucky this time. Damn it.
So it,
Cora, are you under that pile of? Oh, you're over
No,
here.
I'm over to the scooted over to the right.
I can't see you. You're
So-
so gray.
the spiders that came down the first time, it looks like you were just a little bit too, full of yourself. No, a little bit cocky after that last one. You kind of
Okay.
a little bit proud, so you kind of walk over and you didn't really notice us, and this swarm of spiders comes. But it looks like it tries to kind of come at you, but it really maybe starts going up your foot, but they don't really, nothing really happens. It looks like they might be trying to bite your foot or something, but
Are they making an attack against him?
yes.
I want to use my action
Okay.
to smash them.
Okay.
Of course, smash.
that gets them.
5, 10, 14.
14. All right. That's all right.
That's great.
Okay, sweet. So, where are you? Oh, there you are. So, I guess just so you know, it's the spiders down
Oh.
below here.
Oh, then it wouldn't be.
Then it wouldn't be.
I don't smash them.
Yeah.
He
that's what I
saves his
thought.
20 for his next turn.
Right.
When they
Very
try
good.
to attack
Excellent.
me.
Excellent. All right. So, that was a shame. Anyways, it's Gus's turn now.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the ones by the door
Okay.
since I can get a little bit of advantage from my pals there, and also they're blocking the way out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to re-roll that because I'm a halfling.
You just get lucky, right?
When you roll a
Whoa.
1 on an attack roll, you can re-roll it, but you have to use the new roll.
I mean,
Which-
why would you want to use the one?
Can't be worse than a
Yeah,
one.
myself. Like, hello.
I actually get a 1.
Do you
So
roll
which one
again?
are you rolling?
So,
Do you-
not that
Do
lucky.
you roll again?
It's
No,
kind of
I
like,
have to use the new roll.
Yeah.
but it's kind of like you're using the old roll.
But the
You're
first,
right.
The first rule states when you roll a 1.
And I roll a 1. I'm not kidding. I hate this dice.
Wow.
I just did a long experiment where I rolled 3 d20s and see which one got to 4 first, and that one won, and it betrayed me. And I threw it away, and I got a 19.
That
Yep.
was bad.
Here.
Well, that next roll was for my offhand, which was also. Wait, I can re-roll that one?
Back roll.
When you make a roll on attack rolls.
You have.
So the third one was making my roll to attack with the offhand, so I can re-roll it.
just re-roll it.
Yeah.
Once, yeah.
So you didn't need to go to the happens what's going to work.
I got a 14 to hit with the offhand.
That hits.
All right, so Eddie took all my dice.
I gave you the dice tray that works. The trays.
Oh, thank you. So I will sneak attack for 7 piercing damage.
All right.
That's it.
I mean, it looks like they were kind of like descending halfway, so you kind of like
That was embarrassing.
you kind of like try to pierce in it, and you kind of look like you got something, but there's yeah, exactly. It's just like poking candy. Okay. Shen.
Whew, we're gonna take some more swings at these things. 15 at the quarterstaff. 5 bludgeoning.
Very nice. That hits. Yeah, this is the one beside the door.
And I'm gonna stomp on them. 13 to hit
That hits.
for 6 bludgeoning.
Very nice. It looks like you almost got rid of them. Or sorry, you got rid of about half of them there that time. It was actually pretty nice.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you could roll your sentinel.
No, that's only if they attack.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Good point.
Wait,
But wait,
were you
okay.
wanting
No.
Cora to attack Gus?
I'm sorry.
For his
I'm sorry.
crit fails like an idiot.
I just smacked Gus.
Gus, you're embarrassing me.
All right. That's it for you, Shen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's Cora's turn.
I smack him with my axe. 22.
That hits.
3 plus 4. I think 7. Yep.
that actually, you're getting pretty good at smacking them with the
Alright, I'm all 25, well, no, 23 with the offense.
That hits.
So that's just unarmed, so that's 5 damage.
5 damage. You look like you got a good amount there. There's maybe about maybe 4. No, it actually looks like maybe just a couple good smacks would get rid of them. On that one there. Actually, it's that swarm there, and they don't really know exactly where to go, but they kind of go for Gus, and I think it's because he's a little bit smaller.
Core!
There we go. Does a 10 hit?
No.
No. All right.
Core smash.
Hey, smack him. What plus 6? 18.
18. That hits.
5 damage.
5 damage. Man, looks like you just one good smash would just wipe them. There's just about a handful left. It's this other swarms. Now they kind of slowly trying to get up Gus's foot, and they're a little bit annoyed now. They almost kind of have a feeling like they know what happened to the other one downstairs, and also even the one up here. They attack for 17.
Whew.
It was the one that got away in the box.
Yeah.
He came up here and told him.
He did.
Came up through the chimney.
Yep.
You gotta make sure we get them all.
That's true. Should have ran.
I'm sorry, did you say what it was?
17 attack.
Versus AC, that hits.
That hits. It does 7 damage.
Wow!
So.
Cool. Okay. I'm still conscious. Not by much.
Alright. Gus?
Well, I want to stop, but I will not do any damage for unarmed strikes. So, if I do 1 minus 1, then I won't help at all. So, I feel like my rapier worked a little bit downstairs before. It didn't seem to work this time, but I'm going to try it again because I had a little success with it last room. So, rapier is a 2.
Almost an 18.
So that'll miss, I'm guessing. And offhand with the dagger is a 4. It's a total of 8 to hit.
We're off our game.
Yeah, Gus is done. Yep, just done.
Yeah, that's wow.
Curses.
Right. Shen, your turn. The swarm of spiders will have gone here as well.
Alright, we're gonna take a quarterstaff swing at better just do a quarterstaff at the ones that you were fighting. 13 to hit.
Okay, the one up here.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
5 bludgeoning.
That gets him.
Ah, nice.
Looks like you just finally managed to squash out the last little bits that were
Turn my
left.
attention over to the other bugs,
The vermin.
and I unarmed strike.
That hits.
No, it's just 5 damage.
Yeah, that looks like you really managed to get about a good, like solid, like, that size. It's kind of interesting because, you just, especially where you were there, you just see a bunch of like almost kind of round or like square, like just smashes of black gooiness. Yeah, that connects there. So, all right. Core?
I move to. Can I move there? Or
Yeah.
is the chimney in the way?
You can kind of move there if you want to. The chimney, it's not quite that big. You can maybe, I would say, and you could be if you wanted to be beside Gus down here, you could still, attack.
You should have moved up.
You could have just moved
I
here
don't know.
too.
Yeah, it's fine just to be there
I'm
since
saying
they
you're getting
are
them surrounded.
they are kind of getting into that in between area a little bit there.
Alright, I'll just go there.
Okay,
And smack. 13?
that hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. That's a nice chunk there.
And offhand smack up again. 11?
Looks like you just kind of missed them just a little bit. Looks like you maybe squished one of them, but just so they just kind of swarmed out of the way just in time. They're kind of getting a little bit sparse now, a little bit harder to you just go ahead and just whack freely. So yeah, now it's the spider swarm, and they will attack. All right, looks like they are going to attack. They'll attack core. 14.
Nope.
Nope. All right. Looks like they tried to swarm up you, but they did not get the chance. Okay. Gus.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again with the rapier first. That is 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right,
Boy, howdy.
so that's 12 damage.
That cuts him in half pretty good. Basically, you get about half of them there. That was actually really impressive.
Nice. Got about half of them.
Yeah.
Sweet. I will attack him again with the dagger.
Okay.
That was including my sneak attack, by the way. 11 to hit.
Looks like you just miss them.
Okay.
Boy, when they get to that small amount, it's just you about can't get quite like that lucky of smacking all of them as you
Sure.
did before.
That's it for Gus.
All right, Shen.
Quarterstaff out. Smacks him.
This looks like you make contact with them.
What is this thing? Roll 20, you really are terrible. Shit, I have to reload this thing because it like glitched and like has the, it shows the modifiers. And
Doesn't work if I click on it.
Nice.
It only shows. Oh,
Yeah,
And-
does what Matt does.
I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Might as well. That's a good smack there. Actually, that one there, it halves it out so that it looks like there's about, in fact, just a little bit more than a handful left. They're almost a little bit kind of just in the middle. They almost don't know which person to go to.
Okay, well I'm gonna try stomping it. They're like trying to run away from me.
Yeah, they're kind of like almost trying to figure out which one to
And
go
I do
to.
like the stomp, like
Perfect. Looks like you get right in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Looks like you smushed them there. That's perfect attack. But there's like about 10 left. Core
I'll smack him. Nope, I don't smack him.
doesn't smack.
I try again with my offhand. 11?
Nope.
I don't smack
Just-
him.
Just so it misses. All right. The swarm. They kind of go up to Shen and does a 14 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Nope. All right.
I smack him.
He smacks him.
Ew. 11? Again?
That Sentinel's a pretty great feat.
It is actually.
All right. Gus's turn.
Okay. Rapier. 20 to hit.
That hits.
11 plus.
You snuff
4.
him out.
Alright, they're done.
By the way, like my token is like messed up. I don't know if you can see where my token is, but he's like outside somewhere.
Wait,
What?
You're on the map for me.
Shin, come back! Scroll down.
Roll 20
I
is.
think there might be a couple.
Oh, so two of them.
There's still one in the room.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Get back here!
I'm like reloading, like, roll 20,
That's
you're
good.
drunk.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say this, guys, but I have 1 hit point.
Should we maybe take a little rest here
I'm
before we
almost
keep
dead
moving on?
from spiders.
Such is level 1.
I guess you are.
Spooky fireplace spiders almost killed me.
Do you have 8 HP?
I start with 8. Yeah.
Okay. I also got hit for 7, but I have 10, so.
I started with 15, but there's no need to make a big deal out of it.
All right.
Do we want to?
I wouldn't mind if
Take
we
a
take a
rest
short
here?
rest here.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I'll sit by the door. Actually, I'll sit by the fireplace, watching for spiders,
Oh,
they
good.
need
Now I
short
have
rest.
3 hit points.
because I don't really need a short rest, really.
Are you by the fireplace?
Yep.
Core. You do notice that there, you do kind of see a little bit of a glint in the fireplace.
Ooh, something shiny. I reach for it.
Mm-hmm. It's you find a small crystal bauble that once belonged to the alchemist. The flat-bottomed crystal orb is pleasant to look at and tactically satisfying to hold, but
But
you're not really
nothing.
sure if it really is anything.
I mean, it looks cool.
It looks really cool. Maybe if you would
it's a bauble.
if you would maybe look a little bit harder, you might be able to figure out what it could be used for. Looks like there was like some way of holding it or something, but
For the next hour, like while I'm sitting there waiting while they're taking a short rest, because I don't need one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, I'll just sit.
yeah, it's
It's cool.
yeah. Roll a investigation one just on it, just with you looking at it like that. Just curious.
I don't know about you, but Gus is basically unconscious, resting. I'm not watching
I'm
him
taking
at all.
it pretty easy too. I mean, with
Mm-hmm.
3
My
out of my 10
investigation
now,
roll.
I mean,
-1.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty and it's
I'll stick it in my
Yeah.
pocket.
We should not have left him
It's just a
unsupervised.
pretty crystal.
I'll stick it in my pouch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You
Cool.
think? Yeah. All right. Perfect. How long is your short rest?
an hour.
An hour? Okay. That sounds good. During this time,
We rest.
you rest and you are
Rejuvenated.
yeah. You're gonna take
You
a
roll a
hit
hit
dice.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 1. I'm gonna roll that thing. Got a 5 or.
I do not like rogue hit die. 1d4.
Wait, what?
I got a
D4
3, so.
That's not even a thing.
is for rogues, apparently.
No, it's not.
That's what I got.
You are incorrect.
Well, mine's also a D4.
It says.
Why is mine also a D4?
Hit dice don't go below D6.
I don't know what to tell you.
This is incorrect.
I'm checking. Rogues
Monk.
get
Hit dice 1d8 per monk level.
rogues get 1d8.
Yeah, why does it go to default to like 1D4?
Yeah, no.
That's odd.
Well, I'm rolling my own dice.
Oh, I can change it to 1D8 there. Okay.
4. Much
I rolled
better.
pretty good, but let's see. I get the same.
Nice.
How'd you change it?
You just click on the where it says D4. And it brings up other options.
D4.
So like
Ah. Excellent.
oh well, I get 5 back, so that gives me 8 out of 10.
I got 4 back. And I have a +0.
Wow, yeah. So you rolled better than me.
I'd say at this time about an hour has passed, and you all hear something else from kind of coming from like a couple walls over.
Yeah, down the hallway.
Let's go.
Let's go if we want answers.
Yeah.
These fellows might be able to provide them.
Let's go so we don't have to stop on a cliffhanger. Because it's a little late. Let's do it.
And also, we're on a cliff.
Oh, excellent. Really beautiful joke. If we're in the hallway, do we hear the noise? Does it sound like this door or the next one maybe?
Kind of seems like it might be at the end of the hall.
Yeah. Let's go to the end of the hall. If we stand outside the door for a 2nd, can we hear anything?
Roll perception.
I'm sorry, Ghost didn't see you there. Right at your space.
I'm very short,
Go ahead
it's
and
fine.
roll.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Perception.
2.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Even my dice rolls are all
5.
kind of in character.
You actually, at this point, you don't hear anything, but what you do notice, wait, what did you roll?
There's a level up.
What did you roll, Martin? Martin, what did you roll?
5.
Okay, so
Got
you
3
guys,
5s in a row.
you don't hear anything, but you do notice that there's a key hanging right beside the door.
Okay. Is the door locked?
Yeah, the door is locked.
I say wait. This is too
This
easy.
seems really weird.
Probably spiders are behind us.
And they don't know how to use keys. This does seem weird.
They have lured us here to open this door for us.
You fools!
They are the ones who kidnapped us last night. All the plot
The
together
spiders
to
were our
open this door.
kidnappers.
I like get a hold of a spider and put it against my wrist, like could that have been like spiders?
All the spiders holding together really tightly to make a rope.
Let's torture one of them. Like, who sent you? Who do you work for? I mean, it seems pretty obvious, but it's right here. Do we just try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Does the key fit? Does it turn?
Yep. Actually, it feels like it turns really nicely. It almost
Well
seems like it
oiled.
was-
Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
too easy.
Yeah, it was actually. It looks like it was just recently oiled.
Okay.
Yeah, you walk in, and
Yeah.
the first thing you see is
Is a boy.
no. Hold on.
It's a blonde boy.
Stop moving once.
Uh-oh, traps. I take the dodge action.
I rage.
Alright.
I hide behind a core.
I do 3 attacks against the other dude.
Gus puts an arm up over your shin, like, don't worry.
Okay, cool. So you do see.
Oh, sorry.
I will protect you.
Okay, sweet. For some reason, I wasn't sure if you were showing up, but yes, you do. You see.
I look over at Core and say, it's just us two, I guess. I don't see
Wait.
Gus anywhere.
I like stomp on your foot.
Yeah. So, in the southeast corner of this decayed room lies a man. He is alive, though bound and gagged. He is clad only in undergarments and appears to have no weapons or equipment.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, another man
Well,
that can appreciate
they didn't take our
a
clothes.
shirt.
Is he moving?
It looks like he was asleep.
Okay. Can I sneak up to him?
Yeah.
But this sounds like the room we heard the
so-
voices.
Yeah. So just so you know, Gus, as soon as you start walking there, you need to make you feel well. You're kind of almost like the ground is giving away, and you make
Whoa.
a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It's a total of 9. I'm plus 6.
Look over at Core and say, it looks like it's just the two of us.
A total of 9. Yeah.
I
You fall through the floor.
Like I said.
Sweet. Very Cool. Oh, that is pretty cool, though, on the map.
At this, Gus, you.
You just hear, like, in a high, squeaky voice, just the most wretched cursing you've ever heard. Just, like, the most creative cursing. Words you've never even heard before.
You do manage, though. I guess there's enough kind of, like, rubbish that's kind of worn and soft that you fall. It's only about 10 feet, so
Nice.
you actually don't really take any damage
Sweet.
there. But you do land below there, and with that, the man in the corner jerks kind of awake and looks at you wide-eyed. And there we'll leave it.
Okay.
Nice.
So I guess we'll have to figure out if we want
He's
to
a-
leave them or.
He's a spider in disguise.
He's a double agent for the spiders. Does that make him Spider-Man?
Man spider.
Man Spider.
Yeah,
Spider.
spider.
There you go.
Alright. Nice.
That feels
Very
good.
exciting, Matt.
Feels good again.
It's gonna feel better to not be level 1.
Right.
So true.